Hi guys, it's Hayden Crawford from the Dreamtime Academy, and I'm a wellness coach and spiritual teacher specializing in color therapy and numerology. Welcome to today's live Starseed Numerology Readings and Insights. Now, did you know that your date of birth carries the secrets of your unique personality blueprint, your strengths and weaknesses, the best times for you to embark on new projects and ventures, your true soul purpose, and even your starry origins? Well, did you? Did you? I didn't think so. Now, today on the live, I'm going to be revealing some truths about you and your soul's journey based around the lens of colors, numbers, and the alphabet. Now, I work with an incredible sequence of beautiful dual colored oil bottles like these ones here, and essence sprays, and of course, Pythagorean numerology, which I've always found to be the most accurate and relatable and reliable form of numerology since I've been teaching it and studying it for the last 10 years. So if you'd like some insights with me today, then make sure that you drop your date of birth into the chat, and I'm going to be having a look at decoding that for you and looking at your day number influence, your life path, and your personal year, so that you can get more clarity about your, where you're at in your life and where you want to be. Now, before we go into all of that, I just wanted to once again say a massive thank you to all the new subscribers. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. We hit 9,900 subscribers this morning. So only 100 subscribers away from having 10,000 subscribers on this channel. So if you haven't already subscribed, please make sure that you do that and help me get to 10,000. And that would just be I'd be so delighted, but thank you so much for everybody who's recently subscribed. I really, really appreciate that. So if you're watching me live today and, you'd like me to do some insights for you, then leave your date of birth in the chat. Hello, Michelle. And it's for your son, Bahane. Okay. Brilliant. Yeah, so drop his date of birth into the chat for me, please, Michelle, and we can start with him if you like. Now, on top of using the color mirrors, I'm also going to be using my Cosmic Family Oracle cards as well. Okay, now these are a beautiful deck of cards which feature 7 different galactic races, archangels, and ascended masters as well. So these are just a lovely deck to use because they align so nicely with the color mirrors. It's really lovely. All right, fantastic. So I'm going to start then with your son, and it's called Bahrain, is he? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Michelle. That's so sweet. I appreciate you saying that. They're a beautiful deck of cards. I'm sure that you'll love them. So, Bahrain, is that how you pronounce it? Bahrain, or is it Bahrain? Like brain. So he's born on the 16th of March, 1994. So he's got a karmic number 16, a bit like me. I was born on the 16th of October. So there is a karma associated with the 17, but not as a punishment or anything like that, more as a, like a rebalancing or a, like a lesson to be learned. Also, Bahani. Gorgeous. Where does that name originate from? It's beautiful. So you've got a 3, 6, 2 9s and a 4 and 2 1s as well. So he's got the 7, life path number 9, 10, 19, 23, 26, 27, 28, 29, 33. So he's actually a master number 33 over 6, a little Pleiadian, I feel. Light from within as well. I love that. That's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, and he's definitely got a light coming from within. So 3, 4, 5, 10, 11 is a personal year 2. Okay, so this is what his chart looks like. There, you can see that there. So is a master number 33 over 6. So this means he's here to master love. So I know that's a bit of a mission, isn't it? Especially because most of the world is living in conditional love, like I love you if you love me back, or I love you, if you do this for me. That's not real love. Love is really unconditional, but it's also divine. So he's come here to really look at the whole notion of love as his purpose. So the 6th vibration relates to Venus, the planet of love, which is this beautiful Venus bottle here. So pink is a very maternal energy, and it's the healer. So, and it's the creative. So a lot of sixes have this beautiful gift of being a nurturer and the healer. So because he's a master number 33, obviously we reduced the 33 down to the 6 in Pythagorean numerology. But you see, the 33 is, for him, he's got to learn to become selfless, but without being a people pleaser. So, you know, he's got to move away from tendencies of trying to rescue everybody, because otherwise people might take advantage of him, and he'll attract narcissists and stuff like that. So, you know, it's, so it's Eritrean. I don't even know where that is. Where is that? Is that on this planet? Or is it off planet, Michelle? He's hypersensitive as well. Look, he's got no numbers on his soul plane. So the 2, 5, and 8 missing. So what this means is that, you know, he gets very easily hurt by people. So just the little throwaway comments that people make can sometimes deeply upset him. You know, so someone could, you know, just make a throwaway comment that don't necessarily mean anything by. Oh, it's by Ethiopia. Ah, I never knew that. Well, you learn something new every day. Yeah, don't you? You certainly do. Well, I certainly do anyway. So yeah, very sensitive soul, hypersensitive though, you know. I would also say he's very clever. You know, he's got the 3, 6, and 9 going on, which is called the arrow of intellect. So he's got a very active mind. So he's always thinking, analyzing, rationalizing, philosophizing. You know, his mind will go 10 to the dozen. Hello to Andaris Polaris. That's a great name, isn't it? From New York. Oh, well, New York, New York. Yeah, so you know what I mean, Michelle, yeah? Very bright. So he's got a very active mind. So he's always thinking, analyzing, rationalizing, philosophizing. His mind will go 10 to the dozen, you know. So his long-term memory is probably a lot better than his short-term memory. So he'll remember everything from years ago. Like he'll remember, you know, things from primary school, but he won't remember what he did yesterday, you know. So that's how it can play itself out. So not only is he, you know, bright, he's very creative, and he's also very wise. Having the 2 9s amplifies the wisdom that he's got. So he's come onto the earth plane with lots of wisdom, and he holds a great sense of responsibility as well. There you go. So Michelle's like, oh my God, it's so true. So you can see he's all up in his mind, but you see he's very clever. You see, he's a day number 7. Now the 7s are the seekers of truth. So he's a philosopher. So he loves the mysteries, the illusions, the miracles, the magic, and the faith of life. So he'll be into all things metaphysical, a bit like you. You know, he'll be similar in that respect. So the 7 relates to Neptune, the Roman god of the sea, which is this beautiful turquoise ray. Isn't that lovely? So turquoise in color therapy brings in past lives in Atlantis. And, you know, for him, he may have been a soul that's returned from Atlantis, and he's coming to be able to maybe work with energy healing like Reiki, or crystal therapy, or sound resonance, harmonics, or, you know, he might be activating the crystalline matrix around the planet. And oh, Lucy, you're a Pleiadian starseed, are you? Oh, yeah. Interesting. Very Pleiadian energy coming through actually from Bahani, because he's got the Venus and the Neptune energies, pink and turquoise. They're very much heart and upper heart related chakra colors. So this is very Pleiadian, you know, origins, soul origins, or, you know, sort of incarnations within the Pleiades, not necessarily always the origins. So yeah, he's got a beautiful soul, hasn't he? He's very Starseedian, you know, very Starseedian. So yeah, hopefully this is connecting with you. Hello there to Joe G as well, born on the 25th of July. And of course, Andaris Polaris is born on the 2nd of April. I'll have a look at both of your charts today during today's live as well, my love. So I'll just go through people systematically that have dropped their birth dates into the chat. Okay, so you can find out more about who you are, where you're from, and what you're here to do. So super special Starseedian, he is. Now he's in a personal year 2 this year, so that means that he's going to be feeling a bit more sensitive this year. He's a bit more intuitive, more empathic potentially, but it's a great year for him to process the changes that he went through last year. So whatever he went through last year, so he may have moved or got out of an old relationship or whatever, or changed his job, he needs to sort of process all of that this year. So spending some time doing the inner work, so reflecting, meditating, cogitating, and all of that as well. Hello, Lucy. Nice to have you with me as well. Born on the 19th of May, the day after my sister, 2000. So he left a job, did he? Right. So yeah, so he's going to be wanting to process all of that this year. Okay. He's very practical as well, you know, so he's somebody who is quite traditional and conservative in some of his values. You know, he'll work hard. He likes the material aspects of life. He's actually got very nicely balanced communication skills as well. But he is somebody who's big into justice and equality as well. He's very good at listening to everybody else's problems, but he may carry his own burdens alone. So sometimes he might be a bit private or secretive if he's living in the shadow of the 7. And he may be prone to worry, anxiety, self-sabotage, or addictions if he's living in the shadow of his 33. So it's just something to be mindful of so that you can best navigate any issues. Now, the karma of the 16 is interesting because the 16 relates to the Tower card in traditional tarot, which is an explosion of old structures in your life for a consequent clarification. So whenever the 16 energy comes in, the karma of it is that you were selfish in love in a previous incarnation. The 1 is I was selfish, the self, and then 6, obviously being Venus, is in love. So he may then fear that he's going to be betrayed or rejected or abandoned, you know, and this can be very real for him. So that's what I've been through in my life as a 16 energy as well. So it can be quite, it can be quite difficult to navigate. So sometimes people born on the 16th have like an irrational fear that they're going to lose everything that they've created, or that they're going to be let down or betrayed by somebody. So that's one of the, you know, the sort of the downside of it. Hello to Amanda. Celeste, nice to have you with me today as well. Amanda, don't forget to drop your date of birth into the chat. We're going to go through everybody systematically during today's live, and feel free if you'd like a reading with me today to drop a live chat gift into the chat as well, because it really helps my channel to grow. And don't forget to subscribe as well, because I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers on this channel. It went from 9,900 today, and I'm just going on a big push to try and see if I can reach 10,000 by the end of next week. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do that as well, guys. It would really be appreciated. Now I'm going to pick a card out from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards. Now this one is for you, Bahani. Wow, you got the Ascended Master Yeshua who's come up for you. Yeshua. And he's on the beautiful 12th pearl ray of divine unity. So when Yeshua comes in, it's a rebirth that's taking place. So, you know, potentially he is going through a bit of a rebirthing process right now into new ways of being. I love it when Yeshua shows up, because this is you know, he's one of the highest and brightest archangels, you know, obviously Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's almost like taking him or offering opportunities to move out of duality for him at this point as well. There you go. Oh, Amanda, you are awaiting your reading, are you? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So Amanda, Celeste, I will definitely get that out to you. I wonder if I've sent it out already. Actually, I'll let you know, because sometimes they go through to your junk and spam files. Let me have a look. When did you order that? Right. It's Amanda Carol Engels. Yeah. Amanda, I sent your report out 4 days ago. So if you check your junk and spam files for me, please. I'm just going to forward it across to you again now. All right. Just so that you've got that, to Amanda 808. Okay. So if you can check your junk and spam files for me, please, that would be fantastico. All right. Because I know sometimes they can just find themselves. They can find themselves there. All right. Perfect. Okay. So hopefully that's connected with you anyway for Bahani. If you leave us a few comments and let me know, I'd be interested to find out. Thank you for ordering the full report as well, Amanda. That's so sweet of you. There you go. If you'd like me to do his report, you know where to click. The link in the description will get him the special offer for only 59 Australian dollars, and also 3 months access to the Oversoul Codex Collective as well, which is my community of starseeds. All right, which where we meet up monthly. All right. Now then, we're going to come next to, let's have a look. So we're going to have a look at Andaris Polaris. What's your real name, my love? So you're born on the 2nd of April, 1970. So the 2nd, January, February, March, April, 1970. All right. And hello there to Kiki Fee. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That's so nice. So Alexander shared your channel with me. Oh, well, that's great. Thank Alexander for sharing my channel with you. I appreciate that. There you go. Excellent. So you got it. There you go. Oh, fantastic, Amanda. I'm so pleased that you've got it. So Joe G, who is next, brother? We're having a look at Robin. It's Andaris Polaris. So Robin is next up on today's live. So a 2, a 4, a 1, a 9, and a 7. Okay, perfect. So a day number 2 and a life path number 9, 10, 17, 21, 22, 23 is a 5, and then a 5, 6, 7, a personal year 7. Great. Hello, Alexander. Hello, Lydia Robles as well. It's nice to see you again. And of course, to Alexander. There you go. You are Alexander. I know. I remember you. You've been in a couple of times recently, and you were here when we were with Catherine Kinney the other day as well, weren't you? So it's nice to have you back again. Okay, so Robin, whereabouts are you watching from then, Robin? So when you've got a day number 2, it means you're very empathic, very sensitive energy it is, because the 2 is divine feminine. So if we look at the 2 in color form to begin with, bottle number 2 is called the moon. And it's this beautiful pale blue over royal blue. So these are your soul colors that I'm shining back to you. So this is a beautiful, sensitive energy. Now, 2s often are very intuitive, very empathic. So sometimes they can feel other people's emotions. They often, if they're living in the shadow of the 2, you can feel second best or not heard by people. And you may prefer to be like the PA to the boss rather than being the boss or the leader, because 2 is like almost the follower. So a lot of 2s are like to be in relationships or couples or partnerships or collaborations as well, because the 2 brings 2 opposing forces together, not always opposing actually. And they are your colors, are they? Yeah, they're beautiful actually. And it brings in, whenever you get the blue or the indigo vibration coming through for you, it goes back to past lives in the mystery schools. So you may have been through like the mystery schools on Sirius B, for example, but also you sort of ancient biblical sort of times in Israel as well that can come up for this as well. So you're a life path number 5 as well. So your purpose really is to find freedom. So you don't like being restricted by anything or anyone. I actually love the 5s. The 5 is mercurial. So it's this beautiful emerald green bottle. So this also forms part of your soul colors as well. So green in color therapy is all about space. So it's like your soul needs space. You need to travel, you need to explore, you need to get out into life instead of hiding away from it. So 5s are also very, very good at mimicking or emulating other people. So that's why it's important for 5s not only to surround themselves with people that allow themselves to express themselves freely, but also people that are at the top of their game, because you'll be able to get to their same level sooner than they got there themselves and surpass them. So if you surround yourself with people who are really, sort of doing well, you'll be able to mimic them. But also, if you're surrounded by negatrons, then the same thing will apply. So don't surround yourself with people that are sort of out of alignment or living in their shadows, because that could also impact on you too, because both the 2 and the 5 are on the soul plane. So they're emotional numbers. So you're a very feeling person. You've got a driving intensity of feeling. The 5 sits in the center of the emotional plane. So you've got a big heart. That's why, it's green in the color mirror system. Yeah. Yeah. You resonate to the highest frequency. That's exactly right. Now, on top of that, you're quite grounded. You've got the arrow of practicality, which is the 1, 4, and 7. So This is gorgeous because it means that you like to be actively participating in life. A lot of people with this arrow are very good with their hands. You can be very organized. There's a sense of working hard, discipline, routine, which, in some respects, sort of it goes against the five's mission. Fives like to be in artistry or holistics, so anything that's going to be like progressive and non-restrictive. But this keeps your sort of feet planted firmly on the ground. Now, because you've only got the 1-1 in your birth chart, it's interesting because Mercury governs communication, the 5, but you can also see that you've only got the 1-1. So maybe sometimes it can be quite challenging for you to be able to verbalize exactly how you're feeling because you feel things so intensely. Now, you're also very ambitious. Whenever you've got an isolated 9 in your birth chart, this is great ambition. So you're super, super ambitious. You want to achieve all the things in your life that you possibly can. So, so you are a designer and now started to design with energetic frequencies such as crystal grids, which is perfect. That's beautiful because you're communicating through a higher frequency. Now, it's interesting because your soul colors, and this is probably why, you've gone through the mystery schools, but there's also there lifetimes where there may have been some sort of persecution. So this will go back to the European persecutions whenever you got green and blue soul colors like you. And specifically, potentially within Israel or Greece may come up for you as well. Now, this year, you're in a personal year 7. So this is a year of sacrifice if you're living out of alignment. So if you're stuck in a toxic relationship or, in a job that no longer serves you or whatever it is, this is the year that those things may break down. However, if you are in alignment, which it sounds like you are from the vibe you're giving off, you may be called to teach what you know instead this year. So maybe sharing your wisdom and magic with the rest of the world. So really, really lovely energy. Yeah. Also for 5s, it's important that you learn to let go of old identities. So don't hold on to anything too tightly. You need to be free flowing and fluid in the way you operate. So the card that comes up for you, Robin, from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards is the Syrian Genius, Adara. And this is about merging your creativity with intellect, which is interesting, isn't it? Because, you being such a creative soul, it's almost like bringing the analysis or the left brain into creative projects so that you can find new solutions. So I love this card because it is about finding balance between the 2 lobes of the brain. There you go. Interesting. And after my cancer experience, I learned energy very deeply. Yeah, you would do. Yeah, if you've been through the whole cancer journey, it changes you completely because you have to sort of learn to sort of tap into where energy is held within the body, how to release it, how to let go of it, how to transform it, and all of this sort of stuff as well. So yeah, amazing. So it sounds like you've been through, some lessons of, deep soul resonance. When anybody's been through the cancer experience, and come out of it the other side, it's completely transformational. Wow. Well, how lovely to meet you. It was so nice to connect with you today. And hopefully that resonated with you. Leave us a few comments and let me know. I'd be interested to get your feedback. Now then, next up on today's live is Joji. Joji. Lovely to have you with me today. So you're born on the 25th of July, 1994. This lifetime, my soul incarnated in Albania. Oh, wow. Europe. But this lifetime, since a child, I was understanding and speaking English, Italian, Spanish, and short Albanian language. Oh, interesting. Past lives. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one to explore as well today, Joji, isn't it? Fantastic. Oh, that's so good. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's it. So it was a gift, oddly enough, because I survived. Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad that's connected up with you, Robin. Now, if you liked that and you'd like to dive deeper, into your personalized chart, I create what are called Starseed Numerology Reports, which is actually a 22-page tailor-made report, which will explore all aspects of your birth chart, obviously in a lot more detail than we've been able to do today during the live, but also your name chart as well, because your name, Robin, carries a vibration too through your soul urge number and your outer expression number, your complete name number. So in order for me to get it super accurate, I do need to look at both charts together simultaneously, because sometimes your name can carry a vibration that compounds and amplifies some of the negative attributes within the birth chart, or it can offer extra numerical influences that help to bring about balance and harmony in your life in general and in your purpose. So, but it will also go into the major influences in your astrology as well, such as your sun, your moon, your north node, and your ascendant. And the purpose of the report really is to unlock your not only your soul purpose, but also your personality blueprint. I reveal your galactic origins as well, which helps you to define your mission. So whether you're Andromedan, Arcturian, Lyran, Syrian, from the Pleiades, Antares, or Alpha Draconia, or one of a plethora of other constellations and galaxies out there. And it will also go into any karmic lessons and past life implications as well. So it's a bit like a roadmap of your soul. So if you'd like a copy of that creating, then just click the link in the description, and that'll take you through to order that nice and securely through my online shop for only 59 Australian dollars, which works out to be about 38 US. And you will also receive on special offer today as well 3 months of free access to my Starseed community called the Oversoul Codex Collective, which offers hours of content, activations, meditations, and group meetups every month as well. So it's brilliant for helping you to understand the Oversoul archetypes and the activation keys that are going to help you move forward in your life. All right. So there you go. So hello to Hike with me. Nice to see you here with me today as well. I'll pop you on today's list and we can explore your birth chart as well. There you go. Ah, that's brilliant. Thank you, Amanda. So you were just peeking at yours. You're going to print it out and you're really happy to have it. Fantastic. Well, give me your feedback once you've read through it as well. I'd be interested to get your feedback. All right. So we're going to have a look next at Joe Gilly. So born on the 25th of July, 1994. Okay, brilliant. So Joe Gilly, is that your real name? So you've got a day number 7, a life path number 9, 10, 19, 23, 35, 36, 37 as a 10. Interesting. Okay. All right. Brilliant. And then you've got the 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 as a personal year 6 this year. So you've got 2 9s, 4, 7, a 1, a 2, and a 5. Amazing. All right, so we'll start with your life path 10, because actually your life path really gives you your biggest influence within your birth chart. And the 10 is the leader, the way shower. It's about sovereign power and it's about individual self-expression. So the 1 is about self, really. And so many 10s are business owners, entrepreneurs, and leaders. You know, it's a beautiful energy because it does bring in past life connections with ancient Egypt, significant ones, of course. And it's this beautiful gold of olive green within the color mirrors. This is called the Wheel of Fortune. So these soul colors really bring in authentic power in the gold, and olive is a very soft, feminine, loving energy. So this is why you're a non-ego based leader, which is beautiful. So it's Johnny. All right, okay, Johnny, nice to see you. So we've got a conscious male in the chat today, which is lovely to see. I think we've got a few actually, haven't we, today? So yeah, this is a beautiful energy of like of power, but it's about standing in your power as well and not giving it away. Now, on top of all of that, you know, you've got a day number 7, which brings in that beautiful Neptunian vibration of the turquoise ray here as well, which is the water elemental. So many 7s love to live by the ocean, you know, they wish they did, you know, like the ocean or the sea or a river, any body of water really. And you know, the 7s are seekers of truth. So you're a philosopher archetype who likes to delve deeply beyond the veil. So you don't just like to scratch the surface. You like to delve deep and go into information really, really deeply. So many 7s become, you know, psychotherapists, or, you know, they're into psychology, psychiatry, hypnotherapy, or they end up, you know, because of their connection with that ancient Atlantis, working with energy healing like crystal grids, crystals in general, or sound therapy, or Reiki, you know, any of the energetic healing arts will really appeal to them as well. So, I would say that you're actually somebody who's very good with your hands as well, because you've got the 1, 4, and 7, the arrow of practicality, which gives you a very grounded perspective, but also it means you like to be actively participating in life. So it's a powerful combination, because the 10 and the 7 also sit on the physical plane. So you know how you get thinking people, feeling people, and doing people. You're somebody who's is very practical and grounded, but also you are a justice seeker. So you're a supporter of the underdog. You like things to be fair. So you read esoteric books, and I wrote a book too. I served in the army, and now in airport emergency. That's interesting, isn't it? So often, when you've got the 1, 4, and 7, that's that active participation in life. So often it's quite traditional, conservative. There is that aspect of physicality that comes up with that as well. So you can see that you're kind of exploring all facets of your personality blueprint by doing the physical army stuff, but also the esoteric books that you're writing through having and exploring that 7. Now there's an interesting thing that comes up with you as well, because you're a 25/7. So there are different types of 7. So we always have to look at the compound number that creates the number in the first place. And of course, 25 can often mean for that person that they may have fears of betrayal or trust issues in general. So, there could be that during your life experience in this incarnation, there could have been some betrayal that you've had to experience, or maybe you just find it quite difficult trusting people as a general rule. Okay. So, Kiki Fee, of course, I've got room for another. We'll pop you on today's list as well. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to have a look at each and every single one of you today. So, I just want to shine my love out to everybody, and so that you can all feel something, from today's live, and also, feel seen as well. I think that's what's beautiful about numerology. It helps you to feel completely seen, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Now, on top of all of that, you are somebody who's very empathic as well. So you're very sensitive. So you've got a nicely balanced intuition and sensitivity. So you can always really trust your gut. It's always going to kind of point you in the right direction. And on top of that, Johnny, you've got the 2 9s, which brings in a great depth of wisdom, idealism as well, and a sense of responsibility. So this year you're in a personal year 6. So we travel in 9-year cycles in numerology, and we go through peaks and troughs during that time. The 6 is a brilliant year where the home can come under scrutiny. So it's brilliant for spending more good quality time at home with the family, redecorating, if you've got your own place, or even reinvention of the way you present yourself to the outside world. So a lot of the time when you're in a personal year 6, it's like brilliant for like changing up your hair, changing up your clothes, and the way you present yourself from the outside world as well. There you go. So everything happens for a reason. Every universe meets soul on energy. We vibrate. Yeah, absolutely. That's 150%. But you're one of those souls. For me, you're one of those souls that has been through both ancient Egypt and Atlantis. So we knew a lot of survivors from Atlantis ended up in the sort of Egyptian timelines as well. I'm going to pick a card out for you from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards, and the one that's come up for you today is the Pleiadian Philosopher. There you go. So a lot of the 7 energy does connect up with the Pleiadians. So you've got number 7, card number 7 there, which is Alcyone. Alcyone, there you go. You can see her there in the mystery schools there. So there is, it's all about unwavering faith and holding a vision of the future, this card. So remember what I was saying about the trust issues that come up sometimes for the 25/7s? This is a card that's reminding you that, you've got to hold unwavering faith of your future and not go into doubt, because doubt blocks manifestation, but also hold a very clear vision of what you want the new earth to look like, because, we are evolving into that right now. So the more clearly you can see it in your mind's eye and hold that vision, then that will also take away any of the doubt that you might be experiencing. Yeah. There you go. So it's interesting, yeah, because the technology connects up with the turquoise ray as well. So this is about global technology, communication as well. So you're afraid when you go deep inside, because because of the fall of Atlantis. Yeah, well, a lot of us hold the scarring of that, but we won't abuse the power like we did in those timelines. This time round, you know, we're going to learn to work with technology and not to abuse it. Okay, so there is a lot of fear, I think, in the zeitgeist of us abusing our power on that again. So there you go. Nice to see you as well, Ashley Jones, in Fort Worth in Texas as well. Lovely to have you here with me today as well. Ah, there you go. So out of body experience, a lot of energy of the Pleiadians in here. We've got a big Pleiadian community joining us today. A lot of that very beautiful enigmatic Pleiadian energy coming through a lot of your soul blueprints today. I'm feeling that very strongly, including you as well, Johnny. Yeah, so hopefully that's given you some food for thought today. I'll be interested to get your feedback, and we will come to next in line now. So we've had a look at beautiful Robin and Dara's Polaris. We've looked at Johnny as well, Joe Gilly. Lucy Coleman, you're next up today in the live, born on the 19th of May 2000. So we'll explore your birth chart for you next. Now, guys, if you're watching me for the first time today, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow. I was mentioning earlier on that my channel's nearly got 10,000 subscribers on it, so I'm really pushing to try and get to that over the next few weeks. And so it's only 100 subscribers away from it. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do that. I would absolutely love to have your support. I remember as well, like if you are enjoying your readings today, during today's live, then either you can drop a live chat gift into the chat to help support my channel to grow, as I can now accept those, which is really cool. But also I offer a 22-page handcrafted Starseed Numerology report, which is tailor-made for you, which explores your birth chart, your name chart, the major influences in your astrology, like your sun, your moon, your north node, and your ascendant. It reveals your galactic origins, past life implications, karmic lessons, true soul purpose. They're very predictive about your future as well. And you'll also receive 3 months of free access to my online community of starseeds all across the world called the Oversoul Codex Collective, where there's hours of content and video tutorials and home play sheets, plus you know, learning a brand new deck of cards which I created, which I don't really showcase that often on my show, known as the Oversoul Codex cards. So these are more of a digital deck of cards as opposed to the Cosmic Family Oracle cards that I use during the live. Okay, so lots and lots of wisdom in there that's been downloaded and channeled through the Galactic Federation of Light. But Lucy, you're next up on today's live. So Lucy's born on the 19th of the 5th, 2000. Okay, so Lucy, you've got a day number 10, which derives from a karmic number 19. Now, there's only 4 karmic numbers. You've got the 13, the 14, the 16, and the 19. Now, the 19 means that you may have abused your power in a previous or parallel incarnation. So in this life, you might be a bit reluctant to step up into the role of the leader or have your own business, because you're like, well, if I do that, then I might abuse my power again, and there could be consequences for that. So there is a bit of a karma associated with the 19, not as a punishment, but more as a lesson to be learned. So you might delay setting up your own business, for example, if you want to, or you might give your power away. That's the other shadow aspect of the 10s. So that's your day number, is the 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, that beautiful, soft, feminine leadership ability that you've got. So it means that you've come in as a way shower and to step into your sovereignty. And you know, the 10 really is all about dominance, but you know, I don't like to sort of see it like that, really. There you go. So Ashley, thank you so much for becoming a new member. That's so sweet. Thank you. It's lovely to have you here with me today. There you go. You're very, very welcome, Johnny. There you go. You're a pure soul because your eyes show your soul and your voice has healing frequencies. Oh, well, thank you. Well, flattery gets you everywhere in life, Johnny. There you go. There you go. I am doing readings. Yes, so I certainly will have a look at doing a reading for you today as well, Ashley Jones. Thank you so much for becoming a member of my channel. I'm genuinely delighted. Thank you. So Lucy, your life path number is a 9, 10, 15, 16, 17 is an 8. Interesting. Okay. So then you've got a 5, 6 is 16 as a 7. So this is what your chart looks like. Now, you're a life path number 8. So I always say the 8s are great. I married an 8, so I must think that. But this is all about individuality and management, because not only you're a leader, but you're a manager as well. The 8 is the money manager, the man manager, the project manager. So, you're a bit of a powerhouse, to say the least, Lucy. Yeah. Are you still there, Lucy? Just want to make sure that you are still there. Lucy Coleman, Earth calling. Lucy, come in, Lucy. Are you still there, my love? There you go. And where are you watching from, Lucy? There you go. I just want to double check Lucy's still there, because she may be gone. She may be on a different planet by now. So Lucy, are you still there? Earth calling, Lucy. I'm getting a feeling that Lucy may have left the room. So if that's the case, I'm going to come to next in line, which is Amanda. Amanda Celeste. I actually might come back to you, Amanda, because you got your report that you're going to probably reading, half reading. There we've got who's next? So Julie, we've got Andora's Hike with me. Are you still there? Hike with me on the 27th of October 1966. There you go. I think Lucy may have gone, but yeah, I was going to say to you, Lucy, if you're watching the replay, that you've actually got high initiations as past lives in ancient Egypt. Whenever you get the violet and gold soul colors coming in like this means that you could have been a high priest or a high priestess or a pharaoh, and so you've got that very powerful, very determined energy in this life, because you've got the arrow of determination as well. So you are definitely somebody who's got a lot of power. And so you're also very somebody who's very independent. You love being in control. You may be very good as well at giving other people financial advice and guidance, but you very rarely tend to give take heed of your own advice and guidance. So yeah, Lucy, if you're watching the replay, then maybe start listening to the business advice you give everybody else. Right. Okay. So Hike with me, you are there. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to have a look at doing you next. That's what's good about being an intuitive. You can always sense who's watching and who isn't. And I did have a feeling that Lucy may have left the room. So, okay, so Hike with me is born on the 27th of October, 1966. Beautiful. And so what's your real name, Hike with me? And whereabouts are you watching from today? So you're Heather. Nice to meet you, Heather. Okay, so Heather's born on the 27th of the 10th. So Scorpio, 2 6s, a 9, 2 1s, a 7, and a 2 as well. And then you've got a life path number 9, 10, 16, 22, 32 is a 5. 9, 10, 16, 22, 23, 32. Yeah, it's a 5. And then it's a 9. It's a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's a 2. So this is what your chart looks like. There you go. You love the name Heather. It's a great name, isn't it? Yeah, I like the name Heather as well. Okay, so what can we see for you? So you've got this beautiful day number 9 that's derived from number 27, Heather. So my numerology is a 27-9. And that's why I wear this necklace, because it's gold and orange. It's called Harvest. It's number 27 in the color mirrors. So this is about you stepping into your confidence and courage to be a healer. So, you'd make a good counselor, because the 2 is the empath, the 7 is the philosopher, and you're here to be of service. So the 9 is like the wise old soul, the humanitarian. So this is your 9, which is Mars, fire. So it's red over orange in the color mirrors. So the fire elemental, what do we know about that? Right, it needs to be expressed. So 9s need to learn to be wisely assertive. So you've got to learn to sort of do and say what needs doing and saying. at the time that it needs to be said and done, instead of walking away from situations wishing you kind of spoken up. So you're a very wise old soul, because the 9 carries the weight of the numbers that go before it as well. So there's a lot of wisdom there. Idealism as well. And of course, you know, you've come to the earth to kind of be of service, to help people. So that's why a lot of 9s will find themselves going into healing, nursing, social work, counseling, any of those things as well. So you're a life path number 5 on top of that, which means that you are somebody who needs freedom. You don't like being restricted. So you've always got to make sure that the people you're surrounded by are at the top of their game, so that you can emulate them, but also that they allow you to express yourself freely. And it's important that you don't hide away, you know, don't hide from life. A lot of the 5 energy, this used to be called the mask. It's called Mercury now. It's this beautiful green ray. So this means that you've got to learn to let go of old identities as you progress through your life. Don't hold on to things too tightly. It also means you've got a driving intensity of feeling. So you feel things super intensely. So, you know, the 5 is the center of the emotional plane. So it's like the heart. So you've got this intensity of feeling. Your soul colors actually then present themselves as complementaries, because red and green are opposites on the color wheel, which sometimes can bring in patterns of codependency in relationships that you might need to move beyond and evolve through. You're also somebody who's got 2 6s in your chart, which means that you are somebody who is very creative when you're living in the positive aspect of the 6. But you can be prone to worry, anxiety, self-sabotage, or addictions if you're living in the shadow aspects of yourself, or you're out of alignment, or possessiveness around the family, because you love your family so much that you don't want anybody else getting involved. So that can happen. Now, you don't have any arrows in your birth chart, so you can't join the numbers in any direction, horizontally, vertically, physically, what am I trying to say? Horizontally, diagonally. So what this means is that you again, it goes back to being very adaptable. So you've got a very adaptable spirit, but also, you know, you've got to learn to be wisely assertive. So we know that about 9s anyway, you know, so it's an aspect of yourself that, you know, it's sometimes quite challenging to master. Now, 9s notoriously don't make the best money managers. They can be a bit serious, and they rarely succeed as senior business executives. So you're not somebody who's here to do that. You're here actually, you know, to seek freedom, to travel, to explore the world. So your soul needs space. This is what it's all about. You've got nicely balanced intuition and sensitivity, though, and you've got really beautiful communication skills as well, Heather. So you're a very good listener, as well as being a good talker. Having an isolated 7 may sometimes bring up a little bit of sacrifice in your life in either love, health, or money. So one of those 3 things may become a bit of a pattern of loss as you move through your life. So you might love and lose, for example, or love and lose and love and keep. So, you know, and that can be challenging, you know, if you sort of find that pattern repeats itself. So this year you're in a personal year 2 in your 9-year cycle, which is a brilliant time for reflecting on what happened last year in year 1, when there was new beginnings, you know, fundamentally. So last year you may have moved house, changed jobs, got out of an old relationship. And then this year, you know, it's important for you to process all of that internally. So spend some time meditating, introspecting. It's also a very powerful year as well for new partnerships forming as well, because the 2 brings 2 people together. So often this can be new friendships, partnerships, collaborations. But just know that you will be feeling a bit more sensitive this year, Heather, than you have done, you know, for a while now. Now, this is the card that comes up for you from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards. Hello, boys. They've woken up from their slumber. You got the Lyran Genius that's come up for you. And this is Alathar, which is about reactivating your hunger for knowledge. I love this card. You know, whenever the red cards come up, it's about taking action. So this is, you know, it's like, think about what it is that you really want to study and get your teeth into it. You know, you've got to reactivate that, because sometimes you go through phases in your life where you're like, oh, I just can't be bothered to learn anything. But, you know, we are here on a planet of learning. It is an earth school. So the more that you can learn whilst you're here, the better it is, you know, for you, you know, in your afterlife. You know, when you go for your life review, you know, they'll be like, oh, well, so what did you learn in this lifetime? And if it's nothing, then, you know, it's a bit of a waste of a lifetime, isn't it, really? But There you go, Heather. Hopefully that's connected with you. Leave us a few comments and let me know. I'd be interested to get your feedback. And thank you. I'm glad that you like the card, Kiki Fee, as well. Yeah. All right. So we are having a look next at, so we've explored Hike With Me, which is beautiful to see Heather today. We've explored Joe Gilly. And next up on today's live, who's next up on today's live? So is it Kiki Fee? Are you next up today? Let me have a look. And then we've got Ashley Jones. I want to have a look at doing Ashley's birth chart today. But I think Kiki Fee's next up, aren't you? There you go. So Hike With Me says, fascinating. So true in many ways. Excellent. There you go. And Kiki Fee says, Alexander is before me. So Alexander, are you there, my friend? Alexander. Earth calling Alexander. Come in, Alexander. There you go. I'm not sure. There you are. You are there. Brilliant. Okay. So shall we have a little explore of your birth chart, Alexander? Now, I'm sure that didn't I do some insights for you recently, Alexander? So what I might do is I might pick 3 cards out for you from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards and give you a bit of a taste of those today instead. Okay. Okay, so first card that comes up is the Orion Starseed Yoko. And this is about balancing science and spirituality. So, you know, like sometimes that when you are really deeply enmeshed in the spiritual communities, you can kind of forget that there is also like another side to it, which is science. And so this is almost like taking more of a metaphysical approach to you know, your worldviews. You know, instead of being either all science or all woo woo, it's like, how can you find more of a balance between evidence-based stuff and things that can't be seen? Okay. You've also got the Lyran leader that's come up for you, which doesn't surprise me about you. This is Judah, one of the lines of Judah, actually. So when he arrives, he's saying that you are a leader or a pioneer into the new earth, and you've got to take action towards that. So this is a power card. I mean, the Lyrans, you know, are all about adventure, travel, you know, sort of the physical aspects of life and getting deeply entrenched in all of that. So I do feel like, you know, you've come in as a bit of a metaphysical leader and a guide, maybe, you know, a quantum physicist, for example. But you've also got Kuan Yin, the Ascended Master, who's come up for you today as well. And she's the Chowan of the 6th Rose Pink Ray of devotion and idealism. So what this means is that you not only you're a leader, but you've got great compassion for other people. And because she is the goddess of mercy and compassion. I mean, everyone says Kuan Yin rides on the back of a turquoise dragon, you know, so of course, you know, the water elemental is deeply associated with the energy of her. So we can see that, you know, you are a very compassionate person. And if you lead with compassion and, you know, you balance science and spirituality, you'll find that you're going to be such a way shower into the new earth dynamics. And finally, you're going to be creating a next level healing system. Nikawi has come up for you as well, the Arcturian creative, which means that you are going to be channeled information that's going to help you to be able to download cosmic, you know, sort of wisdom that's going to help people to activate their DNA and, you know, sort of help them release trauma potentially from the cellular memory and help them to align with the 12 dimensions of consciousness. Yeah. So, you know, it doesn't surprise me at all that as a leader, you're going to be creating a next level healing system. So, yeah, well done. How exciting. Maybe with your shamanic gifts. So Kiki Fee, we're next up with you today. Let's have a look at exploring yours next during today's live. Hopefully that's connected with you. Like, if you love the cards that I'm using, guys, these are known as the Cosmic Family Oracle cards. It's my own deck of cards. There's 88 of them in the deck, and they feature 7 different galactic races, archangels, and ascended masters as well. So they're a deck that's twice the size, of course, you know, as a usual deck of cards. So they are a quality deck of cards. They come with a 211-page booklet as well, which is all in color, and it will go through all of the different galactic races and the meaning of each of the cards. And it even teaches you how to use the cards as well in the deck as well. So if you love those cards, they are available on my website as well, and we ship them globally. There you go. So that resonated deeply with you. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you, Michelle. I'm glad that you love the cards as well. I appreciate that. Thank you. So you're Kirsten from Sun Valley, Idaho. It's lovely to meet you as well, Kirsten. Perfect. So I'm going to explore yours next on today's live. Okay. You might just need to drop your date of birth into the chat again for me, please, Kirsten, because I'm just scrolling up to see if I can find it. But I can't find it at the moment. So if you can drop that into the chat again for me, please, that would be amazing. There you go. So you're Kirsten. And you're born on the 25th of November, 1978. Beautiful. So you've got another day, number 7. There you go. Lots of 7s today. Sometimes, you know, I'll go through a live and there won't be any 7s at all. And I'm like, where's all the 7s? And today you're all here, which is really crazy. Hello to Sarah as well. How are you, Sarah? So you're also new and would love a reading. My birthday is 31st of the 8th. And your name is Sarah Melissa Massey. Well, lovely to have you here as well, Sarah. You're very welcome here. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to make it to 10,000 subscribers, you know, over the next week. So the more the merrier, you know, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed. And don't forget to click the bell for future notifications. Oh, wow. MZ really says Yoko was my mom's name. So I took it as a sign to keep watching. Wow, that is very interesting. Well, you know what Yoko means, don't you? It means star. It means starlight, I think. Yeah, so when I was creating the cards, I was looking for cosmic names. So many of the names in the deck of cards are actually stars within those constellations. So it helps you to learn about, you know, the major stars within certain constellations as well. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here then. Maybe that is a sign. I'd see synchronicities like that happening all the time. So you have to listen to them, don't you? So you've got a life path number 9, 10, 18, 19, 25, 32, 33, 34. You're a double 7 as well. So not only is your day number the 7, Kirsten, your life path is as well. So whenever that happens, it almost compounds and amplifies the qualities of that number within your purpose and your personality blueprint as well. So I'll explain more about that in just a second. I'll just pop your numbers into your chart. So you've got a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're in a personal year 1 this year. So the 7 energy. So what do we know about the 7? The 7s like to delve deeply into information. They're philosophers ultimately and seekers of truth. So they will always be interested in the mysteries of life, the illusions, the miracles, magic, and faith. So many 7s will go into the metaphysical fields. The 7s are also very hugely aligned with justice and equality as well. So many find themselves drawn into the legal services or the judiciary system if they don't go into metaphysical subjects, such as working with crystals, crystal grids, sound, resonance, harmonics, or you know, energy healing techniques like Reiki, or you know, any of the new, you know, modalities that are starting to be birthed across the planet as well. Yeah, MZ, really. Yeah, Yoko, it means starlight. Yeah, it's that's why I chose the name for the card, because originally that card was going to be called Daphne, believe it or not. And then I thought, not sure if Daphne's really an Asian woman's name. So then I was like, no, Yoko, that's better. So like Yoko Ono. So you do. So you do play crystal bowls and a beautiful gong. Well, you're very in alignment then with your soul purpose and your gifts then, because the 7 really brings in that Aquarian, age of Aquarius, the turquoise ray. It's technology, it's future, and it's also connected with Atlantis. So past life, huge past life connections of timelines in Atlantis that come up with the Neptune vibe. So, you know, the water elemental connects up with Neptune. It's about, you probably love living by the ocean or wish you did, or, you know, you've probably got water features, or you like walking down by the river, or any of those sorts of stuff as well. Yoko is a very powerful name. It's a beautiful name. Yeah. The names of the cards actually were sort of like, it was quite a long-winded process to get to the names on each card, because I love so many names, because obviously I'm a numerologist, so I love looking at and exploring names. So to whittle them down was really, really quite challenging. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. If you'd like to request a reading, yeah. Okay. You're a life path 33 and you're confused what you're supposed to teach. Yeah, we can have a look at exploring you today. So pop your date of birth into the chat as well, and I'll add you onto today's live on the list. All right. Now, remember, guys, you know, if you are loving your readings today and you'd like to contribute to my channel as well, I do have the opportunity to accept live chat gifts. Just a small donation. It really helps my channel to grow. Of course, you know, and that would just be amazing. So thank you for any support offered. Helps me feed the dogs. You'll hear them chomping in the background. You know, the amount of doggos they ate, it's not even funny. So we can also see here that you've got the arrow of emotional balance, the 2, 5, and 8. Now, this means that you're very well equipped to deal with very difficult or challenging emotional situations in your life, a lot better than a lot of other people. Although you might not necessarily always feel like you are yourself, you can navigate very difficult or challenging emotional stormy waters. That's a real strength. Now, on top of that, Kirsten, you've got the arrow of activity, the 7, 8, and 9, which means that you have got a bit of a suppression of nervous energy. So you're always kind of zipping around all over the place, doing lots and lots of different things with lots and lots of different people. And you kind of need to learn to slow down a little bit. So I always say to people with this arrow, surround yourself with people that are a bit more zen than you are, a bit more chilled, because they will serve as a reminder that it's okay, you know, for you to do the same thing. Now, also, you've got the arrow of determination, the 1, 5, and 9, which gives you a great depth of persistence. So you're quite stubborn in the pursuit of your goals. You won't just start projects and stop them. You will see your goals through to finality, no problems whatsoever. Now, you're also somebody who's got nicely balanced intuition and sensitivity. You can be very chatty, very talkative, especially when you know people, you like them and you trust them. You certainly know how to hold your own in a conversation, and very independent as well. Now, this year, you're moving through your personal year 1, which means that it is a year of rebirth. So you may move house, change jobs, get out of an old relationship if it's not working for you this year. And you'll find that new opportunities will present themselves to you. So all those rockets of desire that you launched many moons ago will start showing up in your life in physical form. So it's a really powerful year, you know, for all of that. There you go. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. It's lovely to have you here, and well done for recognizing the synchronicity, because Yoko isn't one of those really common names, is it? It's like I was doing a live on TikTok the other day, and a lady came in, and her father came through. He crossed when she was 9, and gave me all the details, where he lived, you know, Mercia, you know, about the dog that had crossed a couple of weeks ago. And the new dog that had come in that he was looking through the eyes of to be able to be with his daughter. So it's amazing how many synchronicities and how much numerology will unlock your extrasensory perception as well. So I do feel like it will be an important read for you today, actually. MZ, really. Yeah, I do. So I'm gonna look forward to exploring yours, and I can already see you're a 2911 as a day number, which is the path of the Olympic spiritual athlete. So, and if you're a 33 as well, then yeah, I think there's going to be some important information coming through for you today. even if I do say so myself. Now I'm going to pick a card out for Kirsten from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards. Hopefully this is all connected with you. Remember, I'm kind of just wetting your whistle today, guys, just to demonstrate how powerful Pythagorean numerology is. But if you love what you're hearing and you like to delve deeper into your tailor-made 22-page Starseed Numerology report, which will reveal your galactic origins, which helps you to define your mission, looks at your past life implications, karmic lessons, true soul purpose, and they're very predictive about your future as well, then just click the link in the description, which will take you through to order your full Starseed Numerology report from my online shop for only 59 Australian dollars, which is about 38 US. And then just remember to send me your birth details. You'll actually be directed through to a landing page where you can enter all your details. And then you'll also be giving 3 months free access to my Oversoul Codex Collective, which is a community of starseeds across the globe. And you get, yeah, as I said, 3 months free access to that. You too. Dear, oh dear. What are they like? And thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Kirsten. Now, this is the card that comes up for you today. Oh, you got Brenda. This is Brenda. I bet there's somebody watching whose mum's called Brenda now as well. And this is all about invoking magic and ritual, the master healer energy. So often when this card comes up, it's because in your practices that you're doing, you are maybe working with Merlin, the magician, or Saint Germain as well, and the violet flame stuff, you know, so really working with high magic. A lot of the 7 energy does relate to not only the Pleiades, but also some of the mystery school stuff as well. So you may be able to invoke magic and ritual. Sorry about the dogs. You know, in your energetic practices that you're doing as well, which is super cool. There you go. Hello to Denise McMullen. Nice to have you back again. There you go. Oh, and thank you so much for that. There you go. Yeah, Denise, absolutely. I'll have a look at doing your reading for you today as well. No problem. I'll just have to put everybody in line though, because I'm kind of going through quite a hefty list at the moment. So I've got Denise. I want to have a look today at doing you as well, MZ really as well. I want to also have a look at exploring Sarah as well. And we're going to have a look at doing Sarah today. And we're next up though. We're coming to Ashley Jones. And thank you so much once again, Ashley Jones, for becoming a member of my channel on YouTube as well. That's just amazing. I'm so delighted to have you as part of either the Soul Spark community or the Oversoul or the Codex Keepers. Yeah, it's another great way to help support my channel as well as subscribing, is to become a member like Ashley Jones has done as well. And you get all sorts of extras that nobody else gets as well. All right, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow to my channel if you haven't already done so. I genuinely appreciate that. So thank you so much as well. All right. So, oh, there you go. So it's so strange because earlier today I asked your dad to send me a sign. Maybe my mum wanted to come through. Yes. Yeah. It's interesting. I definitely feel that's what's happening here. So when I get to you, we'll go into that in a bit more detail. I'm getting that feeling again, that aha feeling. In human design, I'm a manifesting generator with solar plexus response. No, sorry, sacral response. So I go with my gut on things. Okay, so Ashley, if you can just let me know that you're still there, my love, Ashley Jones. And I'd like to explore your birth chart next. Oh, and thank you, MZ, for subscribing and liking as well. Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, there you go. So, Ashley, are you there, my love? I'll just have a slurp of coffee. Oh, good, you're there. I thought you would be. I didn't get the feeling you were gone. My husband's just made me a nice cup of coffee, and he's brought me a biscuit as well. I think that's why the dogs are going a bit crazy, because I've got a Tim Tam on my desk and their eyes are out on stalks. So I better eat it really quickly. You're not getting that. It's my biscuit. No, this is my biscuit. No. Daddy's biscuit. You get loads. I get nothing. You believe that, you believe anything. So the 17th of December, 1974. Brilliant. Okay, so you've got a day number 8, a life path number 9, 10, 17, 21, 23, 24, 25, 32. So you're a 5. So we always look at the compound number as well. You're a 32-5. So it tells me more information because it's different from a 14-5, for example, which is karmic. So you've got the 9, you've got 2 7s, a 4, 1, 2, 3 1s, and a 2. And then your year is a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is a 3. Okay, so what do we know about you then? Well, do you know what? I'm going to start somewhere different with you because there is whenever you get the violet and green soul color people, and I'll explain what I mean. The 8 is Saturn and the green is Mercury. So violet and green, these are your soul colors. Whenever you have violet and green soul colors, it brings in past life connections where there was some form of like persecution, possibly the burning of the witches. Usually it is. So it's almost like you were kind of like put to your own death in a previous incarnation or parallel incarnation for stepping into your magic or your healing abilities. So I often do find that with this combination. So there can be a bit of a reluctance, therefore, for you to sort of, step into your magic in this life, because it's like, well, there might be repercussions or consequences, you say. Hello, Pink Dragon. Nice to see you here today. It's nice that you call Pink Dragon as well. One of the bottles in the colour mirrors on the bottom shelf. That one there is called the Pink Dragon. It's actually called the Pink Dragon, that bottle. So you've got the elementals, the dragons, the angels, and some of the ascended masters are in there as well. But that bottle is called the Pink Angel. Sorry, the Pink Dragon. Yeah. There you go. So you're in the right place. There you go. That's a sign for you as well, isn't it? So yeah, you've got a day number 8. Now, when we look at this practically, it means that you are an independent manager. So your gifts is held within your day number. So, you'd make a good money manager, man manager, project manager, because you like being in control and you're very independent. So you almost like to build your future on solid foundations. You see, this is the 8 energy that comes through. So it's lilac over violet. So this is a very high vibration and frequency color, on the earth plane at least. And it connects up with the crown chakra. So many 8s are very connected to spirit as well, or they can develop that ability. But at the same time, you see, you're very grounded. A lot of your numbers are on the physical plane, the 1, 4, and 7. So that's known as the arrow of practicality. So you're very grounded, you're like active participation in life. You're good with your hands. You work hard. You're quite traditional and conservative in some of your values. And you're very methodical in the way that you go about your projects. So you like doing things properly. That's what the 8s do. My husband's an 8 and he's very, very similar to that. So you're also a very ambitious soul as well. Having the isolated 9 brings about great ambition. Very talkative as well when you know people like them and trust them. So you're also somebody who knows how to hold your own in a conversation. And you're very intuitive and sensitive as well. So you've got nicely balanced intuition. So you can trust your gut. It's always going to point you in the right direction. The 5 is your life path number. So the 5 is all about freedom more than anything else. So your soul needs freedom. You need to travel, ideally on your own as an independent 8. That can come up. So there is the explorer energy and the person with a great depth of feeling, because the 5 is the center of the emotional plane. So it's like the heart energy. So the green vibration connects up with all of that, but it means your soul needs space. You don't like being restricted by anything or anyone. So even if you find yourself drawn into like a regular 9 to 5 day job, you will feel totally restricted. So you are a barber and an artist, which is perfect for you, because the barber aspect will give you, this is the aspect of you that's good with your hands. The 8 is your business acumen and your 5 is more your artistry. But you can see that, with the 2 7s, that you've also endured or experienced some form of sacrifice in your life in 2 of these 3 areas. So love, health, or money. So it could have been love and money, for example, or love and health. So that's how it can sort of play itself out. Yeah, there you go. So what we can also see here for you is, you could be quite traditional and conservative in some of your values. Now, often people as well have a dominant 8, can hold a keen sense of judgment or fear of judgment. So you've got to recognize that no one's judging you apart from yourself. And that's because the 8 energy, the violet ray, will often bring in as well, not only past lives, as I mentioned for you before, with the burning of the witches, but also high initiations within the Roman Catholic Church. So there can be that sort of sense of like, if I step away from mainstream religious iconography and protocols, then I might be a sinner, of course. And then, there's going to be some sort of punishment for that. So that sense of persecution, judgment, that sort of is held within the template, your soul, oversoul template, you see. So this year you're in a personal year 3, which is a fabulous year for both consciousness and social expansion. So this is the year, really where you're going to be, like your soul is going to be hungry to like expand your social horizons. So you may find an influx of invitations to parties, gatherings, or soirees. So make sure, you say yes and turn up, because you will meet really beneficial people. They'll help you in so many different ways this year. But also your brain is going to be activated this year, and it's going to be hungry for information, and it's going to be able to anchor and retain that information a whole lot better than in any of the other years in your 9-year cycle. So enroll on a course, get your brain matter working, and you'll find that that's going to really be very, very good. There you go. So good. So you don't subscribe to religion or judgment. Good. Well, that's really important. Hello to Susan Crook. Lovely to have you here with me today as well. Welcome, Susan. If you'd like a reading today as well and you want to join today's live, then drop your date of birth into the chat. As I mentioned before, I'm just going through people systematically who've dropped their dates of birth into the chat. And my aim is to give everybody some guidance today during today's live. If you want to support my channel and you'd like to, offer a live chat gift as well, I also do have that opportunity in this live for you to drop a couple of dollars through just to help support the channel in exchange, obviously, for doing some insights with you today during the live. There you go. And thank you, Susan. That's very sweet of you to introduce Susan. It's lovely for you all to be supportive of each other during today's live as well. I really appreciate it. There you go. And hello, Michelle. You all right, Michelle? Yeah. There we go. Another Alexander. Oh, sorry about that. You're saying hello to Alexander. So Susan's saying hello to Alexander. Yeah, we can have a look at doing yours as well. Absolutely, Susan. And Pink Dragon. I've been on such a journey the past few years, and messages would be greatly appreciated. 100%, Pink Dragon. We can have a look at exploring yours today as well. And we know you're in Aruba, you lucky thing, Alexander. There you go. There you go. Well, you're not in Aruba as well, Michelle, are you? I'm going to pick a card out for you as well, Ashley, from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards. All right. So this is the card that comes up for you. And you have got Leo. This is the Lyran Starseed. And this is all about thrill-seeking, adventure, and sex. Now, when this card comes up, it's, the 5s are, all about adventure. And of course, Lyrans are as well. Lyrans love taking action, going off and exploring the world and having adventures. And they just love the embodiment, of like good food, wine, sex, and all of that sort of stuff. So for you, you might be craving a bit of a Leo. And who wouldn't? But also, this is also about just taking action on your passions, this card as well. So thinking about what it is that really, sort of lights your heart up with fire, and doing more of that. There you go. There you go. Well, hopefully that's connected with you, Ashley. Leave us a few comments and let me know. I'd be interested to get your feedback. If you'd like me to do your full report as well, I'm more than happy to do your full Starseed Numerology report. And you can claim that for only 59 Australian dollars by clicking the link in my bio. And of course, that explores your birth chart, your name chart, the major influences in your astrology, all your soul color resonances as well, unlocks or unveils your galactic origins. So whether you're Pleiadian, Arcturian, Lyran, Sirian, from Andromeda or Arcturus, or even Alpha Draconia, or one of a plethora of other constellations and galaxies out there, which helps you to define your mission. It looks at your pyramids as well, which are very predictive about your future. So each one of us has 4 pyramids that carry a numerical influence for a period of 9 years each. So you can look at those and see exactly what you're going to be doing as you progress down your timeline through adulthood and into maturity. So yeah, if you'd like the full report, then yeah, as I said, just click the link in the description. That'll take you through to the landing page where you can claim that on the special, enter your birth dates, and it'll also give you 3 months free access into the Oversoul Codex Collective, a community of starseeds and truth seekers and cosmic wanderers from all across the globe. Okay, so guys, who was next in line today? So we've just had a look at Ashley. We've got Sarah is in the chat as well. I think it might be you, Sarah, actually. I think Sarah, born on the 31st. Sarah, there you go. Sarah Melissa Massey. All right, Sarah Melissa Massey, you're next up on today's live. And then we've got MZ really. Then we've got Denise, Pink Dragon, Susan Crook as well. There you go. So I'm going to get through as many of you as I possibly can today. Ah, thank you, Kiki Fee. I'm glad that you're enjoying today's live. There you go. You're lucky to receive these. You are lucky. So what I'm going to do, actually, Michelle, I'm going to start scheduling my lives on my channel so you can see when they're coming up, because a lot of the time, you know, it can be quite challenging to sort of catch me live because I don't necessarily always schedule them, but I'll start scheduling them. So if you keep checking my page, you'll see when they're coming up. Oh, you rarely get a live because of your work schedule, Denise. Oh, well, you're here with me now, which is a good thing. And Susan, you have subscribed. Brilliant. Okay. Fantabulous. I'll just finish my coffee. Okay. So Susan, we are with you next then, I do believe. Oh, is it Sarah? Sarah, sorry, it was Sarah, wasn't it? Sarah Melissa, are you there, Sarah? You are there, so yes. There you go. So it's 4:23 in the afternoon there in New Zealand, is it? Ah, there you go. Yeah, you're a few hours ahead of us. I'm in Perth in Western Australia. I think you're 4 hours ahead. Okay. So Sarah, where are you watching from, my love? So Sarah's born on the 31st of August, 1991. Perfect. So you've got a day number 4, a life path number 9, 10, 19, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 is a 5, another 5. Lots of 5s in today's chat as well, have you noticed? So lots of freedom seekers. I often find a lot of the 5 energy connects up with Andromeda a lot as well. Not always, but you know, a lot of the time it does, because of that aspect of freedom, being the freedom seeker. There you go. That's a really good point, actually. So Denise says, when you hit the bell, is there any way that your phone could make a noise so we can join? Drives me crazy. I miss so much. I don't know. I'm not sure, actually, Denise. So you think you're a 5 as well, and you need freedom? Yeah. Well, the 5s do. You know, it's freedom is of tantamount importance. I mean, I'm not a 5. I'm an Andromedan. Starseed. My soul comes in from the Andromeda constellation, not the galaxy, from a little planet around the star Mirage. And so freedom has always been so important to me as well. I've never lived in one country for too long. Obviously, Australia. I've been here for 17 years now. It's the longest country I've ever lived in. But we moved around all over the place. My husband is born on the same day as me. So we're both born on October the 16th, 1 year apart. So we both have Andromedan soul lineage. So we kind of we met in the travel industry as holiday reps in Madeira. So it's just how it's kind of played itself out. So if you're one of those people that doesn't like sitting still, there is often a very strong Andromedan soul connection with that sort of energy. But Sarah, you're an 8, 9, 10. Sorry, it's a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is a 4 this year. So as a life path 5, you know, we're talking about the 5 as being about freedom, and it's mercurial. So if we look at that in color form, bottle number 5 is called Mercury, and it's this emerald green vibration. So green in color therapy is all about space, like your soul needing space to breathe. So 5s are very good at emulating other people. So it's important for you to be always surrounded by people at the top of their game, because you'll be able to mirror them, mimic them, and surpass, you know, where they got to quicker than they got there themselves. So if you're surrounded by people that are living in their shadow or they're negative, you may also be prone to emulating them without even realizing it. So you've got to make sure that the people that you have in your social circle are not only people that allow you to express yourself freely, but also that are worth emulating as well. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, Denise. Yeah, we can certainly do that. Yeah. I know there is daylight savings for you this weekend. I know it does bring about a few challenges, doesn't it? With all the daylight savings that we've got going on around the planet. Yeah. So there often is a very strong past or parallel life connection as well for the 5s with ancient Greece or Grecian as well. So that green ray will connect up with those timelines. So you may find a soul connection to ancient Greece or Grecian past lives, or just wanting to go there. Also, you know, as a day number 4, Sarah, this is a very practical aspect of your personality blueprint, but also your gifts. You know, you're very you might be a good teacher. A lot of 4s, because they like routine, discipline, working hard. There is almost in juxtaposition to the 5, which is the freedom seeker. There is another aspect of your personality blueprint that likes to work hard, you know, that likes discipline, routine, structure, you know. And so in a way, you might sometimes just want the security of a regular 9 till 5 routine, but other times you just want to jump on a plane and go off and explore the world and tap more into your creative and holistic gifts. So yeah, you may find that there is a little bit of that going on for you, because if we look at the 4 in color form, it's called Uranus, the planet of the future, bottle number 4, which is yellow over deep turquoise. So you can see there that there's this very strong green energy that's running through your birth chart, which can often bring about issues around needing harmony and balance, but also it can also bring in for you where, you know, you may find yourself giving your power away. So there is almost like a cathar vibration that comes through the yellow green soul color resonance people as well. Now, you've got the arrow of frustration in your birth chart, Sarah, the lack of the 4, 5, and 6, which means that there may have been some difficulties or challenges for you during childhood. So, you know, it may have been that, you know, your mum and dad separated when you were growing up, or there could have been issues around sibling rivalry or ill health, or just feeling like you didn't fit in, you know, with the world around you when you were growing up. But you see, that can also manifest as difficulties and challenges in your adult relationships as well. So I do find that when this shows up, sometimes it can be that one of the parents crossed when you were growing up, or they separated. And, there is this part of you, that had to endure some form of challenge during the earlier years of your life. Having the 3 wands and then you've got this number on the soul plane means that you can be very talkative as well when you know people like them and trust them. So you certainly know how to hold your own in a conversation. You've got the isolated 3, which means you've got a vivid imagination that sometimes runs away with you a little bit and you can get a bit paranoid. And then the 2 9s offers you a great depth of wisdom. So it's not your first rodeo. You've kind of been around the block a few times in the nicest possible way. There's a very strong, wisdom, idealism, sense of responsibility that you hold within your blueprint as well. Yeah. So this year you're in a personal year 4. Now, the 4 is a year of building structures and foundations in your life in general. So, it could be in your body or within your business. So, for example, in my last personal year 4, I went to the gym and lost 16 kilos. And then I think the next year I put it all back on again, but I still lost it, But you see, the 4 will bring about time to regenerate as well, the physical body. And so it may feel a bit slow moving. It's actually a trough year of consolidation. So it can feel a bit like, oh, why is everything so slow? So use the time wisely to get organized and look at how you can best, sort of use that sense of building solid foundations in your life to be able to give you enough leverage for the remaining 5 years in your 9-year cycle. Okay, so I'm going to pick a card out for you from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards as well, Sarah, and we'll see what comes up for you today. And your card is, oh, wow, the Divine Messenger, Archangel Gabriel. So I love Archangel Gabriel because he really does bring about communication, creativity, and also, guidance as well. So often I find he'll come in when maybe you've gone off slightly out of alignment in your life, and he kind of ushers you back on track because it's about communication as well. Remember, you're a 5, so communication is key. It's mercurial energy. So there may be important communication around you that's giving you guidance right now. So listening to the whispers, watching out for serendipity, even the things like the feathers that are floating in the air just by your side when you've just been thinking about somebody that's crossed, any of that sort of stuff, because he is the divine messenger. So you will be actively receiving information and guidance right now. Who knows, it's possibly through what you've received today, during today's live as well. So it's almost like more of a clue for you to listen more intently to what's going on around you and your inner voice as well. Okay, Sarah? So hopefully that's given you some food for thought. If you loved that and you'd like your full report, I'm more than happy to create one for you as well. Remember to click the link in the description to claim your special offer on the full Starseed Numerology report, which is tailor-made specifically for you and your soul blueprint. There you go. Fantastic. Excellent, Sarah. That's great. Okay, so we're going to explore next in line. And that is MZ, really, I believe. So MZ with Mama called Yoko. We'll have a look at exploring yours next. All right, so if you want to drop your date of birth into the chat again for me, please, MZ. And also give me your real name as well, if you don't mind. Oh, I've got it. So you're born on the 29th. That's right, the 29th of the 1st, 1974. Now, you're mentioning your mum like as if it's she's in past tense. So she ascended as she crossed. So the 29th of the 1st, 1974. So your name is Mina. Nice to meet you, Mina. So you got a master number. You're actually one of the first master numbers that we've had on today's show. So as a day number, you're an 11, but it derives from number 29, which is actually quite a difficult vibration, because it's all about issues of separation, and it's the role of the Olympic spiritual athlete. So when this 11 energy comes in, it's like an indication of both good and bad. So bottle 11 is called duality. So it's good and bad, black and white, right and wrong. And so it's almost like your last look at issues of separation. So yes, it's almost 4 years ago and you're still grieving and feel lost. Okay. See, the 11 is duality. So, it's about issues of separation. So it can often be a divorce or separation from family that comes in. But you see, this means that you'd make a good life coach, spiritual teacher, or social worker, because you can only really ever take people as far as you've been yourself, right? So you are a guide for humanity as we evolve into the new earth. So the 11s they've got that potential. I know it carries a great sense of responsibility, and a lot of 11s actually live in the mortal aspect of the 11, which is the 2. So they can prefer to be second in command, or feel not seen and not heard. So there is a very sensitive energy. You may develop your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, your clairsentience, but you're very grounded as well. So you've got the arrow of practicality in your birth chart, the 1, 4, and 7. So although you've got that very celestial 11, you've got both feet planted firmly on the ground as well. Your life path is a 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 21, 31, 32, 30. Yeah, you are a 33 over 6. So separations around family and love, you see, because if you think about the 6 as being Venus, the planet of love, and then the 11 is duality, you can see that this brings in dualistic aspects or issues around the illusion of separation, because it's not true. There's no separation. Look, it's not black over white. It's deep magenta over clear. And magenta is the color of divine love. So it's only an illusion that there's a separation there, because clear is source consciousness. Magenta is divine love. So they're the same thing. And then you've got this 33-6, which is, this is Venus, the planet of love. So separations around love. So it can bring in, like, as I said, separations around family. This is the mother archetype as well. Remember that Venus, the planet of love, connects up with the pink ray. The pink ray is very maternal. So it does represent the mother figure. So again, the separations around the mother that can come up. But remember, as a 33-6, you're here to master love. So you're a healer. You're a mother. And you've got to, in your life, you've got to learn to become selfless, but without being a people pleaser. So your soul blueprint is coming because you're here to master love. So you'll have to experience a lot of things that aren't love, like all the conditional love stuff. You've got to, it's about you're learning to master unconditional love and divine love. The magenta is divine love. The pink is unconditional love. So that's why you may have to experience everything that isn't that in order to ascend. But you see, a lot of the 33-6s as well, they tend to, because you're such a nurturer, you tend to mother and nurture, or want to mother and nurture everybody. And then people take advantage, then you feel abused, and then you may fall into the shadow pattern, of the 33-6, which is the victim. So you've got to abort mission on the rescue mission, There you go. That's it. We usually miss our mums and daddies because they're lifetime relationships. That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. Abuse or not, 150% we do. Yeah. Because they're your role models. They're the people that come into your life, aren't they? And, they come in to be your guides and supports. And actually, they do love you enough at a soul level. That's the thing. So even your betrayers are the ones that loved you enough. But I feel in your case, that you're here to sort of guide other people through maybe similar things. So by processing and releasing your own grief response systems and recognizing there is no loss, that it's just an ascension of soul, it can help you to know that you're never really alone and that they're always there with you. And you just have to continue those conversations within your inner worlds. And, often the time, you'll be experiencing visitations within your dream time state as well. So trusting all of that. You see, you are a very grounded person as well. You've got this arrow of practicality. So although you've got these 2 master number energies, and master number people, especially when you've got a double master number, your lifetime challenges can be amplified. You still can, you still got this grounded aspect of self that's kind of still, doing the workaday stuff within the 3D. You've got a lot of wisdom as well, and you're very ambitious. When you've got 2 9s, you carry a big sense of responsibility. You may be prone, if you're living in the shadow of the 6, to worry, anxiety, self-sabotage, or even addictions as well. So you do have to sort of turn to self-love and self-care as a path as well to be able to support you through all of that, because the 6 energy is really about how can I love myself enough more than I can anybody else. Now, the year that you're in this year is a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you're in a 13-4. So it's a year of building solid foundations and structures. Again, you may find that you're working a lot harder this year and that things aren't moving forward as quickly as you want them to. And that can come up as well. So it's interesting because, you know, if I'm tapping into your mother's energy and I'm just sort of seeing what's coming through with her, I do feel like there is this aspect of her, what she's showing me. I'll see if I can tap in. So okay, what I'm receiving is like she's talking about a wedding of some sort that may have happened recently. So she's showing me, did you recently attend a wedding? And I'm not sure, was this for a family member or who's just recently been married? So, and then she's mentioning the yellow and pink roses. So that to me is a sign of rebirth. She's talking about there being a it feels like, is it his sister or something like that? There's some form of like I feel like she's specifically pointing towards the bride. There you go. Okay, so a friend recently went to a wedding. I'm not sure if it's that. What is she referring to? Could be her own wedding, to be fair. It feels very traditional though, this, you know, so it feels like a proper traditional wedding dress. And it feels like it's in a church as well, like a proper English church. It feels very sort of traditional stone around it. And then she's like, I'm seeing not only the bride, but also the bridesmaids as well. There's also like an aspect of I don't know why I'm receiving, it's like some form of religion, like Catholic religion, that's coming up with this as well. Yeah, and that's what I'm getting at the moment. It doesn't feel like it's to do with a friend going to a wedding. It feels more like it's connected with her. No, it doesn't feel like that. It feels more like she's reminiscing on a moment in her life, like her own wedding day. And was she pregnant or something on her wedding day? This is what I'm showing. She's showing me now. She's showing me that there's somebody who's pregnant on their wedding day. So they are being married, but they have got a baby. So it feels almost like they need to be, like they're almost like, not needs to be married, but it's another reason why they should get married is because there's a child there. She's bringing in also a name, like it feels like a Tabitha or a Teresa or a strong T sounding name that's connected with this as well. So if you can understand who that is, then this might help you understand what she's trying to put through. I don't feel like it's that she's wanting you to get married or anything like that. I feel like she's drawing reference to something that has taken place. So if that's making sense for you, that's what I'm receiving from her anyway. So it may be something that you'll start to connect up with later on down the track if you're not getting it all now. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? Well, hopefully that's, that you'll be able to mull on that anyway. Until she's got like a confirmation, it's difficult for me to be able to have a think more. Yeah. Because normally when there's a confirmation through, it will help. So make sure you message me like once you get the aha moment. So it can often come through a bit later on down the track. Okay. All right. I know it's always a bit difficult when there's a big group of people sort of watching as well. Okay. All right. So we'll come to next in line then today. And that's you, Denise, I think. Denise McMullen. There you go. So Denise is born on the 26th of the 6th, 1964. And where are you watching from, Denise? So you've got a day number 8 derived from number 26. You've got a life path number 9, 10, 26, 27, 28, 29, 34 is a 7. And then you're in a personal year 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 is a 6. So you've got 3 6s. Wow. That's a whole lot of 6s that you've got in your chart there. So this can be either extreme creativity or the exact opposite of that. Because remember, colors and numbers have both positive and negative connotations. So when you're living in alignment and you're, positive, the 6 is big creativity potential, but it's also, extreme worry, anxiety, anxiousness, self-sabotage, addictions, or possessiveness of the family when it's expressed negatively. So it can play itself out in different ways. So the 6 is a very big aspect of who of your personality blueprint. Although, you're a life path 7. So for you, Denise, no wonder you're sort of really into numerology. It's like a lot of the 7s here today. You are seekers of truth. So you like things to be true. You don't like fake. You don't like false. You like things to be truthful. So you are a philosopher. You like delving deeply into what lays beyond the surface. So a lot of 7s, are really interested in psychology, psychiatry, hypnotherapy, metaphysics, any of the energy healing modalities, working with crystals, living by the ocean, the wisdom of the whales and dolphins. It's all of that, which comes up with the 7s. So 7s are often found sort of observing life from afar rather than them, sort of necessarily wanting to be in the thick of everything. Yeah. Have a think more, definitely. Yeah. So you're in Utah, are you? Sorry, you want a card, did you? Evan's I'll pick a card out for you. So the card that comes up for you is Almash, which is about sharing your truth from your heart. So maybe you need to find somebody that you can really start opening up to about how you're feeling. The Andromedan teacher, Yeah, so it's about sharing what's in the heart. So often when we feel grief, it's because we're, we haven't sort of fully processed the loss of somebody that was in our lives. And of course, sometimes by talking about how we're really feeling is just the best form of release. So finding someone you trust that you're able to really fully to do that with, instead of isolating yourself or becoming a hermit. That's the other thing about when the dark green energy comes in. It can mean that, you're sort of trying to integrate your own heart related healing on your own instead of like really opening up about it. So I feel like that's really important for you. Now, you've got a day number 8 as well, Denise. So the 8 is it's Saturn energy. So it's this beautiful violet ray, which is lilac over violet. And this is all about old father time. So this means that for you like building your house on the rocks where it'll stay up, not on the sand where it'll fall down. So you're very independent. You like being in control. And this is the money manager, man manager, project manager aspects of you. So often, Denise, you'll be somebody who's very good at offering other people, sort of business or financial advice and guidance, but you don't tend to necessarily always follow through with that yourself. So in a way, you've got one foot planted in both worlds. The 8 is the business, the manager, and the 7 is the philosopher. So often I find with the violet and turquoise soul color people that, again, there can be grief associated with the heart center that needs to be expressed as well. So the releasing of all grief that may get caught. With the 26 energy, it can bring up patterns of codependency in relationships as well. So where one person becomes too reliant on the other, or you may become too reliant on another person, if you're living in the shadow of the 26. So it can bring in patterns of codependency around that too. You do have the potential for huge creativity, but you've got a very strong maternal energy about you as well. And I do feel that, you're very good at listening to everybody else's problems, Denise, but you tend to carry all of your own burdens alone. There is a little bit of a restriction around the throat chakra that comes up whenever you've only got one within your birth chart. So this can mean that, it's difficult sometimes for you to really fully open up about what's going on for you internally. Your intuition is spot on though. So you've got really good gut first impressions of people. So you can always trust your gut. It's always going to kind of point you in the right direction as well. And it gives you that sense of tradition, conservatism, working hard, the alignment with the material world as well. So you'll like to have nice things. This is known as the arrow of the inquirer, though. So this is the lack of the 3, 5, and 7. And it means that you are somebody who's a bit skeptical of new concepts, ideas, or even people until you've got evidence that they're being genuine and authentic. So you need obviously proof before you believe. You're somebody who has to learn through your own experiences as well. And so, no one can tell you how to live your life. You've got to do it your own way. There is an aspect of you as well that maybe worries about judgment or judgment from the external other. Remember, the violet can bring in past lives as initiations within the Catholic Church. And of course, the turquoise brings in either Lemurian or Atlantean past lives as well that may be significant. So soul memories may start resurfacing for you from those timelines that will help you to be able to either A, tap into gifts or deal with old trauma that you may have come in with, you say. So, you've been in trauma therapy, so it really helps. Yeah. I mean, trauma therapy is a brilliant thing to do because remember, if we're holding trauma in the physical body, then it limits the access that we have to the higher dimensions of consciousness and really reuniting with our cosmic family. So the trauma and the body and how it stores it is key, really, to be able to ascend and set yourself free. Yeah. There you go. So the color is very important to you. I feel the other world better. You like the other world better. Well, that's it. I mean, remember, we come in with a very strong resonance and soul connection with, with significant parallel past incarnations. And often, we carry stuff forward in our soul blueprint, our oversoul that have come in from those relevant timelines that we often, when we start going through the awakening process and we start remembering who we are, multidimensionally, we then have to sort of not only heal any accumulated trauma or patterns and belief systems that we've established in our human life, but also, through the ancestral lineage and past lives as well. So it can be a little bit overwhelming, can't it? And you knew you were from Atlantis. Yeah. So a lot of the 7 people, the life path 7s, have returned from Atlantis over this phase. And that's why there is that feeling of like, oh no, what if we abuse the technology again, So really your life is about justice and judgment. So you may even find yourself drawn into the legal services or the judiciary system because the 7 is about justice. So you like things to be fair. And then the 8 is about judgment that can come in as well. So you have been a hermit, but you finally it's time to embrace life again and find a therapist to talk. So this reading resonated with me. Thank you very much. Very kind. You're so welcome. I'm glad that it's connected with you. Yeah, I'm really pleased. Well, if you loved that, you'd like me to go deeper down the rabbit hole, I'm more than happy to create both of your Starseed Numerology reports for you as well, Denise, and as well to you as well. So if you loved that and you'd like to claim that on the special offer, then just click the link in the description. That'll take you through to be able to order that through the online shop. As a special extra gift, you also receive 3 months free access to my Starseed community called the Oversoul Codex Collective, which you can start learning more about your multidimensionality and reunite with your cosmic family through activations and meditations that are there within the beautiful video tutorials within the learning portal as well. So it's an extra bonus as well for you. There you go. So wow. So Denise, you were taken away from home because of abuse, rape, and suicides. Wow, That's hectic, isn't it? That's really big. This year, Denise, you're in your personal year 6. So this is a year where, you really are going to be focusing around the home, the family. So the home in general comes under scrutiny in your personal year 6. So a lot of the time people feel an urge to want to start redecorating again. Like in my last personal year 6, we did our ensuite. And, it was like, it's just great for sort of feeling like you want to beautify either yourself or your environment. Also because Venus shines her light into this whole year for you. You may even find new relationships forming as well, which is super exciting, especially if you're out of a relationship. And even if you are, Denise, it might become a throuple. There you go. So Pink Dragon, there you go, says exactly what I've been looking for. So grateful. Oh, that's cool. Look, I'm going to pick the Pink Dragon off the shelf for you because I want to spray some around you as we go through today's live. So this is the Pink Dragon in the color mirror system. So you can see that there. I'll see if I can get that into focus. If you can see that. There you go, the Pink Dragon. So it's this beautiful, all of the beautiful color mirrors have got these fantastic sort of sparkles running through them. And you can see that, look. There you go. So this is the Pink Dragon. So it actually brings in the vibration of the dragon energy. So I'll spray some around you. So I just want you to know that these can transcend time, space, dimension, and reality. I'm just going to spray some around you. I want you to breathe in. And just notice what you can smell there with the Pink Dragon. So it's very, very powerful for inner child healing, the Pink Dragon. Often this is like, it goes into all of the wounded aspects of the inner child that exist on your timeline at various different points. And it goes in and it offers each one of those children a loving motherly hug. So it's very sparkly. Yeah, they are. They're very powerful vibrational remedies, these actually. Yeah. Okay, so let me have a look. So we're having a look next at Pink Dragon. I think you are next in line, actually. Yeah, there you go. So Pink Dragon, you're born on the 19th of March, April 1981. Where are you watching from, Pink Dragon? So you've got that day number 19, which reduces down to the 10. So the 19 is karmic. So the karma of the 19 is that you may have abused your power in a previous or parallel incarnation. So this means in this life, you might be a bit reluctant whether or not you're going to stand up in your power or you're going to give it away to other people. So you are an entrepreneurial spirit. You're a way shower. You're all about sovereignty and dominance. Really, the 10, the 1 is about the self. So it is about, individual self-expression. But you see, the beautiful thing about, if you can bypass some of that fear of your own power or patterns of giving your power away, you could really step up as an adaptable leader. So having your own business is one of the most powerful ways of expressing that type of energy. And then you've got 3 1s and 4. You're a life path number 9, 10, 18, 19, 23. You're a 33 over 6. So yeah, either a healing business or a creative business is going to be very much in alignment with you. And actually, it's interesting that you are the Pink Dragon because you are a 33-6, which is a master number. It's about love, which is pink, more pink energy that's coming in. So you're what I call a soulpreneur, really, having your own creative or holistic business as a way shower. But again, learning to become selfless, but without being a people pleaser is key for 33s because you will be tested in your life to be able to discern between conditional, unconditional love and the ultimate truth of divine love. And it brings in a magical quality as well. So bottle number 33 in the color mirrors is this one here, which is called Love and Magic. So bottle 33. So this is Christed consciousness. All right, bottle 33, and it's pink over rose pink. So it's kind of a bit of a step up from the mere Venus energy, so but it can bring in challenges and difficulties, as you can imagine, because you've got to kind of almost learn what love isn't before you can fully express what love is. And so a lot of 33s do tend to attract in people that take advantage of their loving nature and they can then feel abused and feel like they're falling into the shadow aspects of the pink 6 energy, which is the victim. So it can bring in, sort of patterns that were established from the wounded aspects of the inner child. So, for example, if you were brought up, in a family where there was like a narcissistic mother, for example, or a narcissistic parent, then it can end up leading you to believe that you're not worthy of love. So those things can then play themselves out all the way through, your life timeline as well. So you're on that path now, are you? Yeah. So you're in that situation now. Oh, Susan, well, we'll come to you next. All right. Yeah. I haven't missed you. I haven't forgotten about you. So yeah, for you, the Essene vibration comes in as past lives for a lot of 33s. So I didn't mention this before, but the Essenes, I kind of mentioned the Dead Sea Scrolls, and they are the children of the light. So they actually saw in Jesus Christ. So remember that the 33 relates to the Christed light, the pink ray is the Essenes and past lives on those timelines as well. So there is this very loving maternal energy, but you may just fear your enormity, your vastness. And then you're like, okay, so you're loving, you want to try and look after everybody else, rescue everybody else. And then, of course, it leads you, into worry, anxiety, self-sabotage or addictions or lack of self-love yourself as well. Yeah. You're welcome, Denise. I'm glad that it's connected with you. Thank you for saying that. You were born on Easter as well, Pink Dragon. Yeah, 150%. It's it's an amazing energy. I mean, you're definitely a very wise old soul. You carry a big sense of responsibility. You've got you're actually quite practical and grounded, quite focused and traditional and conservative in some of your values, and very talkative as well. I would say for you that sometimes tend to want to assert their dominance, really, because they may have been out of like in their earlier life, somebody may have bullied them, or there could have been where you didn't have your power. So then it's like your whole journey is about stepping more and more into your power, really, instead of giving it away, and self-love. So the year that you're in is a 9, 10, 14, 15 is a 6. So when you get to a personal year 6, again, it's more Venus light shining into your life. So this is where you're going to be really focusing more around self-love, self-care, beautifying either yourself or your environment, redecoration, maybe even moving house as well. So the family dynamic and that loving energy is really of tantamount importance this year, and you'll see it reflected throughout your whole year, and that's what's going to be amazing with it. So, all right, okay. So I am a mother of 4 and was diagnosed with a serious medical condition, and since had 5 brain surgeries and dealt with covert narcissism. Yes, issues with my mother and your husband. There you go. Good. So I've finally learned my power is back. Fantastic. Good for you. Yeah, we all think that as well, actually. So good for you, because, these are very real lessons that you will explore, and knowing that helps you navigate them. So I always think, wouldn't it be great if numerology was taught in schools? Because then we would be able to sort of see almost like, what we're going to be experiencing and what we need to learn to master. And it might help us to to navigate them better. It wouldn't necessarily prevent them from happening, because then you wouldn't actually have your soul lessons that you came here for, but it would certainly help you navigate them a bit better, wouldn't it? There you go. So you're very proud, because the circus is not for you. No. And so it shouldn't be. So Susan, I think you're next up on today's live. I'll pick a card out for you as well there for you today, Pink Dragon. What was your real name, my love? And the Ascended Master Elmoya. So he's the child of the first Blu-ray of God's Will and Power. So we're talking about power, and this is really about you, instead of like sort of going into my will, surrendering to thy will. So often, Christ and God, has a much bigger plan in store for us, better than we can ever possibly hope to imagine. So when you kind of surrender your will, and you move into let go, let God, it sort of helps your life just go back fully into alignment. So that's not about giving your power away, but it's about trusting that God has a master plan in store for you, you know. So often, you know, the trauma, abuse, and the narcissistic people that come into your life are there for a reason. They're the ones that actually love you enough at a soul level to help you to learn forgiveness. So everyone that's, you know, come into your life has kind of signed a contract that says whatever it takes, I'm going to help you to heal. So this is, you know, very important. But then just don't repeat the same, you know, patterns, because otherwise it's like, oh, here we go again. So Susan Crook, if you just drop your date of birth into the chat for me, please, Susan. We're going to explore your birth chart next for you today. All right. So I'm just scrolling up to see if I can find it, but I can't seem to find your birth date. So if you can pop that into the chat for me, please. And then we'll have a good look. There you go. Yeah. So you're very grateful. It's so hard. Of course it is. I mean, you know, people who aren't really serious about their soul evolution don't come in as master numbers. But, you know, you get your accolades in your life review. You know, so that's always important to remember, isn't it? Okay. So, Susan, born on the 19th of the 4th, 1962. Where are you watching from today, my love? There's another day number 19. So it's interesting, isn't it? A lot of you have had very similar numerology going on. We've had a lot of 33s, a lot of 9s, lots of 7s today, and a lot of 5s, haven't we? Very few 9s, very few, no 3s, no 2s, you know. So are you in New Zealand, are you? So day number 10, a life path number 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, 32 is a 5. Okay, so you've got 2 9s, 6, 4, 2, and 2 1s as well. Amazing. And then you've got a 9, 10, 15 is a 6. In New Zealand, which part of New Zealand are you watching from? So Susan, you know, again, there's that 5, lots of life path 5s, lots of freedom seekers in today's live. So, you know, this is a driving intensity of feeling. This is a desire that you have, you know, to explore, get out into the world, go to different countries, visit different cultures. Ideally, you're on your own as well, because you're a day number 10, which is about individual self-expression. So you'll be happier, you know, sort of booking a trip and traveling the world without a partner. Are you in Wellington? Are you? Beautiful. So you again have that innate ability to be able to emulate other people. So you're able to sort of get to where they, you know, they're at in their lives a lot quicker than they got to themselves, just by surrounding yourself with people that are at the top of their game. So you've got this ability, but also, you know, important for the 5s to remember to let go of old masks, old identities, not to hold on to anything too tightly about how you perceive yourself, you know, as either being someone's mum, someone's aunt, someone's daughter, whatever. It's like free yourself from past limitations of identity and move more into individual self-expression. So you want to live your life very differently from those around you. You are a leader and a way shower. You're about sovereign power as having that 10 energy. So what we can see is you've got the green and the olive, dominant green soul colors. Now, green is in the center of the spectrum. So you've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So green is about balance, right? It's represented the color for Libra. So whenever you've got green soul colors, you have even more of a need for space, for freedom, for balance, for harmony. And that's going to be imperative for your well-being. You're somebody who, you know, has to, you know, step into your power instead of giving it away or fearing it, because the 19 karma is where you may have abused your power in a previous or parallel incarnation. So often it goes back to like ancient Egyptian times where you may have, you know, put humans to sacrifice and you abused your power, or, you know, as a Roman soldier, you know, where you're sort of killing people on the battlefield, or all of this sort of stuff as well. So you don't like green. I'm more pink. Well, it's interesting you should say that, because the exact opposite color of green on the color wheel is red. And of course, what's red infused with white light? It's pink, right? So often the antidote for our, you know, sort of green related issues are held within the complementary color, which is pink. So if your soul colors are green, often your antidote for that feeling of like, often with the green energy, it can be, it can almost be that sort of like anger and frustration that can come up, or the need to set healthy boundaries, the need for balance and harmony as well, or envy. Sometimes it can bring in envy or jealousy as an emotional response. So the pink ray brings love back into thyself. So when you recognize and love yourself as an individual, then you have no need to feel those feelings, because it's like, well, you just see them as being different from you and there's no need to compare. So yeah, so for you, you may avoid stepping into your personal power. This is the thing. So the 19s may fear your power, so you may avoid stepping into it because of the abuse of power from a different timeline, different incarnation. So this is why for you now, freedom is going to be a very important pathway for you to express yourself freely. Again, you've always got to make sure that the people that you have around you allow you to express yourself. You can't hide from life. If any part of you wants to hide away and cower in the corner, then that's when life might be quite difficult for you. So you do need to kind of learn to let go of old masks, be honest with yourself about what it is that you truly want, and don't just hide away. If you try and hide away in the house or from life in general, that's when it may become quite challenging. Now, on top of all of this, you've got a nice creative gift and maternal energy that you can tap into that I feel like you could express through your hands. You've got beautifully balanced intuition and sensitivity. So again, you've got really good gut first impressions. Communication skills are very, very good. You carry a big sense of responsibility. You are somewhat idealistic, and you tend to look at the world through rose-tinted spectacles a little bit. There you go. So you feel like you've been cursed, do you? Oh, wow. And you're paying for it now, yeah? Oh, dear. Let's have a look. There you go. And Denise, it's all right, my love. It's lovely to have you join us today. Yeah, you got to get up early, but it's lovely to have you with us. And thank you for joining us. I'll make sure that in the lives that I schedule in the future, that I'll make sure all the daylight savings and stuff is put in there. All right, so that you can join in. So you are into crafts, and yes, you are idealistic. Yeah. Hello to Alyssa Taylor as well, who's just joined today. And nice to have you here. Alyssa, if you'd like me to do a reading for you today, then feel free to drop your date of birth into the chat and we can explore yours as well. So you're wanting to know how do I get rid of it? Well, how do you get rid of what specifically, Susan? What is it that you're hoping to get rid of? You're somebody who's a bit skeptical of people, concepts, ideas, or even beliefs, until people have proven themselves as being genuine or authentic. So you're almost like a Miss Marple, gathering evidence before you believe. So there is this very inquiring part of your nature. How do you get rid of bad luck? Well, you see, there's no such thing as bad luck. That's just a construct. It's a belief system. There's no good or bad. That's the thing. So, if we believe that things are happening to us and not for us, then you will feel like you're having bad luck. But nothing is ever happening to us. Everything is always happening for us to help us awaken to our sovereignty. And of course, for you, you need to be called back into your sovereignty if you're a 10. So everything that's going against you is actually happening for you. So it's just about reframing. It's just about reframing these things and seeing it from a higher vantage point. And then you'll notice that, oh, actually, that time where you were hit by the car actually taught you to be able to walk again. So you're in a personal year 6 this year, so it is a year where you're going to be focused again around the home, the family. You might want to redecorate. You might want to do a creative project at home. You may even want to just reinvent the way you present yourself to the outside world this year. So changing up your image, and that will really help you, to be able to, give yourself a bit more self-love and self-care instead of focusing on trying to do too much stuff for everybody else this year, I feel is important as well, Susan. There you go. So guys, if you're watching me live for the first time today, please make sure that you like, subscribe and follow. I'd be genuinely delighted if you can do that for me. We've almost reached 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. and I'm just doing a last push to see if I can get there to 10,000 within the next week or so. So if you're watching and you haven't already subscribed, please do make sure that you do that. If you've loved today's live as well and you'd like to offer a live chat gift in exchange for doing some insights for you today, then that really does help my channel to grow and also keeps my dogs in doggos as well. And yeah, so my channel can accept live chat gifts as well, so I really appreciate that. Please also become a member of my YouTube channel as well if you love what you're seeing today, and then you'll never miss any of my lives and activations and channelings and guests on Cosmic Conversations and the Numerology Show, which are the two podcasts that I host on this channel as well, where I get leading world metaphysicians, people that have been abducted by aliens and all sorts on there, and numerology authors. So it's all very, very exciting. And yeah, if you loved your reading today, Susan, and you'd like me to go deeper into your full Starseed Numerology report, that's what I specialize in. It's a 22-page handcrafted document which will explore all aspects of your birth chart, your name chart, through your soul urge number and outer expression number and complete name number, the major influences in your astrology, your soul color resonances, your pyramids, which are very predictive about your future, your past life implications, karmic lessons, galactic origins, true soul purpose as well. So it's a bit like a roadmap of your soul. To claim that on today's special offer price of only 59 Australian dollars, just click the link tree in my bio. That'll take you through to the online shop to order that for only 59 Australian dollars, which is 38 US. That's the link in the description rather. And then you'll be prompted to fill your birth details out on the landing page. Once I receive that, give me 3 to 5 business days to be able to create it for you, because they are, handcrafted, not computer generated or AI. But that will also give you 3 months of free access to my online Starseed community, the Oversoul Codex Collective, where you'll be receiving activations, downloads, upgrades, and all sorts of stuff through the community, and monthly Zoom meetups as well, to have a community of supported and supportive Starseeds going through the same stuff that we're all going through. Yeah. So Susan, yeah, the card that comes up for you today is Esther, and it's interesting because this is all about healing childhood trauma and abuse, and she's holding the orange calcite, which is very good it's a very good crystal for helping to heal that, or start the healing process of the trauma that you or abuse that you may have experienced during those earlier years. So it might be that you need to start tapping into, the things that you may be aware of or unaware of, where you felt out of control in your own life and powerless. Yeah, so it could have been through a memory, a soul memory, something that's come up for you where you felt out of control in your life. And you need to kind of reframe that situation, try and clear that trauma from the cellular memory by activating the 12-strand DNA and, sort of doing some work on the chakra system and the outer causal bodies as well. Yeah. So if you don't have your time of birth, no, it doesn't matter. It's just nice to have. So if you're watching here and you're like, oh, I don't know my time of birth, it's not on my birth certificate, it's just nice to have. So if you've got it, great. If you haven't, I can still do the report for you. That's absolutely fine. There you go. So you can't think of any abuse. Okay, so it may not have necessarily been that. And sometimes we block these things anyway because it's almost like a form of protection for the self. It doesn't mean to say you have to ever relive any old trauma. This is the thing. Trauma can come about in different forms. It could be just through shocks and stuff like that you receive through earlier years as well. But yeah, the releasing of it doesn't mean you have to revisit it. It's just by going through a process and identifying that might be what's keeping you stuck in patterns of powerlessness, if that's the way you're feeling. Yeah, very, very possibly past lives. Yeah, for you, again, it goes back to ancient Greece, Grecian or Egyptian past lives as well, where maybe you abused your power. So, there is that abuse of power that comes through. So again, that's also that sense of powerlessness that comes through. So it may be more of a form of like past life regression or past life healing, quantum healing that you may need to explore. Oh, so you're Christine, are you, Pink Dragon? Great. Well, I got your name there. And it's Chris. It's funny. It's Christine as well. So Christ which brings in that 33 energy again, doesn't it? So very interesting, very interesting. And you've got Greek ancestry. Okay, well, there you go. Then that might be a great place to start. You know, if you need help with any of this, so a lot of the sessions that I do are past life regressions, as well as like hypnotherapy, timeline therapy. So I use the mirrors behind me to be able to help you identify where you're at in your life right now, where you want to be, what action steps you need to take to be able to get there. So my sessions that I do via Zoom as private sessions take you through a bit of a process. It's called an Oversoul Codex realignment session, and it looks at your numerology, astrology, human design. Plus I get you to pick out cards and bottles from the color mirrors and the Oversoul Codex cards to help me understand how to best navigate you through an activation, asking Socratic questions to help you really fully identify why you're stuck in certain karmic patterns or loops, and how to break free of them as well. So yeah, if you want a private session with me as well, then you can easily just reach out, send me a message, let me know what time zone you're in, and we can arrange a time that's mutually convenient to be able to go through that as well. Yeah. So you're interested in past lives, yeah. So maybe a regression that we could take you through as an initial point of call as well. All right. Brilliant. So Elisa Taylor, now were you born on the 12th of August or the 8th of December? If you can confirm that for me, please, before we get cracking. So Elisa Taylor, is it the 12th of August? So a Leo, or you the 8th of December? Good, yeah, I'm sure you'd love it. Yeah, it is amazing. And so the pink dragon, you've always felt very close to Christ. Yeah, yeah. It's very, very sort of connected with your energy frequency, pink dragon. Okay, so the 8th of December. Perfect. Thank you. Oh. 1963. And where are you watching from, Alyssa? So Alyssa, you've got a day number 8, and then you've got a life path number 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, 30. So you're the first life path 3 that we've had, Alyssa, in today's live, and it's derived from number 30, which means you're very creative. So you love music, lyrics, poetry, the arts and the healing arts, but you've really got to learn to fill your own cup up first, because you're always doing stuff for everybody else all the time. So if you keep on doing that, you're going to risk getting overly stressed and burning out. So for you, you know, you are all about expansion. So the 3 relates to Jupiter, which is the largest planet in the solar system. So it wants expansion, and so do you. So you really want to stand up in the world and claim your spot, but you might need to overcome issues of low self-esteem, lack of self-confidence, and lack of self-worth. So the 3 relates to Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system, this beautiful coral ray. So this is Christ in light as well. It's where pink love and yellow power come together for the purpose of expansion. But you see, the 3 isn't just creative, it's intelligence. You've got the arrow of intellect in your birth chart as well. And it's analysis and the critic. So sometimes you can be a bit critical of yourself. You know, when you're living in the shadow, you can go into analysis paralysis as well. So you've got a very active mind. So you're always thinking, analyzing, rationalizing, philosophizing. Your mind will go 10 to the dozen. So your long-term memory might be a lot better than your short-term memory. So you'll remember all the names of the people you went to primary school with, but you won't remember what you had for your tea last night. You've also got an inherent love of order. You've got the arrow of the planner, the 1, 2, and 3, which is a bit of a left brain arrow. So you like to have a bit of a tick list as you go through your day, so you feel like you can achieve everything that you want to. You're also a manager. You know, you'd make a good money manager, man manager, project manager. You might be quite good with business or financial analysis as well, you know, because the 8 is very sort of very corporate energy, but it also connects up with building solid foundations and structures because of that organizational quality of the 8. So you're a very independent person. You like to be in control, and you're somebody who's very, you know, you're very process driven. You like doing things methodically. You like doing things properly as well. So even though you've got this big creativity, you know, I would say that you need to make sure that you honor that need for your own space, because that's where you're going to allow your creativity to blossom. If you're living out of alignment, you may be prone to worry, anxiety, self-sabotage, or depression. A lot of the time, depression comes up as a pathway for the threes to really tap deeply into their creative pursuits. So you may find that happens for you as well, Alyssa. And then the year that you're in this year is an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is a 3. So when you get to a personal year 3, it's a year of both consciousness and social expansion. So Jupiter shines its light throughout the whole year for you this year, which means that, you're going to be broadening your social horizons. So if you find an influx to parties, gatherings, or soirees, make sure you attend them. Say yes and turn up, because you will meet really beneficial people that will help you in so many different ways. But also it's brilliant for learning something new. Your brain is going to be hungry for information. It's going to be able to anchor and retain information a lot better this year than in any of the other years in your 9-year cycle. So use that time wisely. All right, I'll pick a card out for you as well from the Cosmic Family Oracle cards. We'll see what comes up for you. And it is, okay. Oh, this is an interesting card for you, because it's Atlas, which is the Pleiadian leader. Now, this is about trustworthy and reliable and peaceful supervision. So often this can represent when you get opportunities to stand up in the role of the leader, that people will trust you. But it also can mean that you're seeking out a trustworthy leader, somebody that you can work with, that you feel is telling the truth, that is in their integrity, that is refined and gifted. So often it's that card will come up if you are seeking out somebody who's at the top of their game, and that they have got a proven track record, in being able to guide people forward. And I've got evidence-based testimonials, etc., as well. Yeah, so it's the Pleiadians awakened you as well. Ah, interesting. Ah, so you're in the nursing facility, but online mission. Ah, how interesting. There you go. Ah, that's interesting, isn't it? So what do you mean 62 time for mate? What does that mean? There you go. And so you went through your own Pleiadian awakening, did you? What, were you visited by them? That's always exciting, isn't it, when you actually get visited by the Pleiadians? So you'll notice there's quite a few people that I interview on my channel that have strong connections with the Pleiades, like Pier and Cullen, so Pier Lane and Cullen Baird Smith. They channel Lakma, which is 6 of 1 and 1 of 6. Christine Day, she also is frequently off planet working with the Pleiadians as well. Gosh, so many of the people that I've interviewed that are having very strong Pleiadian connections. Yeah, I actually am a Pleiadian hybrid. Even though I've got a soul for Andromeda, I'm a Pleiadian hybrid with a Syrian mother. So I am part of the hybridization program. My mother was Syrian, and I must have a Pleiadian father. But my soul, which I'm more connected to, I must admit, rather than this physical form, it is Andromeda, from the Andromeda constellation, not the galaxy. So if you'd like to explore your galactic origins, I use ancient Hopi techniques to map the soul's journey as it descends on the earth from the high dimensions of consciousness. Because the Hopi, the Native American Indians, have an intimate relationship with the Galactic Federation of Light, and they taught them how to map, the soul's journey as it comes down to earth. And it's actually based around the position of your sun in your astrological natal chart at the time that you're born, and where that's either conjunct or opposite reveals whether your soul has come in from Andromeda like mine, or from Arcturus or Lyra or Sirius or Pleiades, or Antares or Alpha Centauri or Alpha Draconia, or one of a plethora of other constellations and galaxies out there. So if you'd like me to create that for you, then they're on special offer today for anybody watching live. Remember, for only 59 Australian dollars, which is 38 US, you can click the link in my description to claim your special offer. And you'll also get 3 months free access to the Oversoul Codex Collective, which is my community of starseeds all across the planet, helping you to ascend and reunite with your cosmic family and reconnect with your multidimensionality as well. And then just give me 3 to 5 business days to create the report, because they are handcrafted, not computer generated. So I'm 62, alone for 18 years by choice. Ready for my partner. I rescued a plant, asked its name Polaris, led me to the Pleiadians, then confirmation many ways, also Archangel Michael. I love that. That's beautiful. Wow, what a story. What a story. And very interesting. Yeah, a lot of the time, Polaris connects up very strongly with the 10 energy as well, according to Catherine Kinney. Yeah, who was on my numerology show live broadcast last Friday. Yeah, she talks about that. All right. Well, I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I think we've had a brilliant live today. We've been going for 2.5 hours today. Can you, Adam and Steve, it? I can't. I think my dogs need to go out for a wee. So I'm going to head off. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow, guys, if you haven't already done so. Please share this video as well for, with people that you love in your life, who you feel would benefit from watching my channel. And that will increase the amount of people joining today's live. You can also become a YouTube member as well on this channel as well, to help support it to grow, either as a Codex keeper or a Soul Spark. So please make sure that you do that as well. And fantastic. And I look forward to connecting with you, Alyssa. Yeah, fantastic. I'll keep the special offer open for about the next couple of hours to give you guys a chance to head over and claim your special offer. And then I will see you in another live. Take care, guys. Big love. Bye for now.